Ooh, I feel like a demon. Na, 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 Let's go, Satan. Put it in my ass. Yeah. Welcome to Good Morning New Hill City, the only podcast that is in hell. It's just in hell. We are once again in the studio. We no longer do in-person interviews because we don't need to do that because we have people who build things for us. Poor people who do things and stuff that we don't feel like doing and frankly can't do. And I'm okay with that. So I let the poors of New Hill City build me this beautiful, beautiful podcast loft. And now I can teleconference in to anywhere in the world, which is great because today's guest is a little international. So, what was I going to do? What was I going to say? Oh, I mean, one of the things that we need to do because the studio was quite expensive is that we need to be sponsored. So I reached out to a lot of sponsors all around the galaxy and asked for people to send us money because we deserve it because we're New Hill City. So today's sponsor for Good Morning New Hill City is Ladybugs. The fuck are they up to? Sometimes they just show up. They'll just like be in your house. Sometimes they're red, sometimes they're orange, and sometimes they're not ladybugs. They're those Chinese whatever you call them, which are not ladybugs and an invasive species. Is it racist that we named a bug something Chinese and that they're an invasive species? Maybe. Also, this isn't their sponsorship. It's about ladybugs. Watch out for ladybugs. They're up to something. Now for announcements, we have a brand new D&D campaign coming out called The Beginnings, ran and hosted by one Amakiten. Very excited for that one. I have high hopes for that one. It's looking best cast worthy, so we'll see. And that's going to happen soon. That's the only one that's like fully officially come out. We already have the villains of La Liga who are already here. I think I already promoted them the last episode. So yeah, Beginnings is here. We have a new RP that's going to be launched today or tomorrow from Shadow, who's in chat right now. Who else needs to sign up for an interview? And so we'll talk about that after it's launched. And I think that's all the announcements. I think those are all the big announcements. What's the weather like? It's getting warmer. It's already hot in hell, but it's getting warmer because it's spring. And spring in hell means more heat. More and more heat. Here's a rich thing I bought. I went to the Alamo Draft House to go see a movie called Inside. Enjoyed the movie. It's a very expensive theater. It only has about 30 seats, and they have a full restaurant, so you get to order food whilst you watch your film. And I cashed out. I bought everything. I should buy the actual theater. That'd be interesting. Best thing on the internet. What is the best thing on the internet? I mean, I've been watching RuPaul's Drag Race, which is great, and they had the fun question of who do you think should go home, and that was fun. Those are usually, they've gotten boring and now they're fun again, so go look at that. We should talk to Swift about Drag Race. Anyway, we'll get to that. Oh yeah, this also brings us to our next sponsor, which is podcasts. You're listening to one. That's our sponsor, podcasts. The next segment is Bitch, I'm Hungry. I'm always eating on the podcast. Today is different. I don't think I'm eating anything today. Why aren't I eating? I should eat more. I'm horny. Game Corner. Tonight I'll be playing Martha is Dead on the stream, and I'm excited about that because it's a horror game. I haven't played a horror game this year, I already streamed Persona 4 and 5 today, so I'll be streaming Martha is Dead tonight, so come check out that. Weeb Corner, I just finished the latest volume of the Persona 5 manga. Manga. Human Corner. Is there anything going on with humans? Avril Lavigne's dating Tyga. Isn't that weird? Let's get to the reason why we're here. Because you know it's going to take a while. This Hellion is a 6-time Helly Award winner. Has won arguably 2 of the hardest awards of the Hellies. She was Best New Member in 2021, Most Contributing Community Member in 2022. Ladies and gentle thems, it is the one, the only, the Swift.
Oh my god. Hello.
I'm not done saying your name. No,
Yeah,
I'm done. Now you can speak.
Yep. Hooray. Yeah.
How are you, Swift?
Doing fine and dandy.
Are you actually doing fine and dandy? Or are you doing the I'm fine response to how are you doing?
I mean, it's early morning. I just had to open the gate for my mom and my brother as they go out, for my mom to go to work and for her to drop my brother off at school. And I'm the only one in my house. Yes, I can say that.
Are you
and frankly,
continue.
And frankly, I'm just like, yep, I'm alone in the house for probably the next few hours.
Oh, great. Hopefully we won't take up all that time. You can have alone time, and this episode won't be 8 hours. It'll be good. It'll be fine. It'll be good. Swift, are you happy that I didn't come all the way to your house to stalk you for an interview and that we're doing this teleconference-ly?
Yeah, I don't see you around. That's the best part. Otherwise, I would have to explain to my mom why a very tall man with red skin and horns and arguably the sluttiest body figure is like
I love that.
there.
That's hot. I love it. That's a nice thing anyone's ever said to me.
Fire.
Yes?
Fire, you're trying to stalk me in a Catholic country. It's not gonna fly well with most people here.
I'm hiding in your trunk. Here's your third time interview questions. What is your favorite part about New Hill City?
The roleplay district, but honestly, it has since evolved.
Because I'm going to tell you, I'm asked for channel next, so just general part.
Yeah, but generally the theater district. The theater district, and then probably my second favorite is the D&D section. But even then,
nice.
It's like, but then in general, all of the channels I just have. I just lurk all through all of them. So you may never know where I might pop in to chat.
Nice. What is your favorite channel?
Fuck.
You have to pick.
Fuck tradition. I'm saying pretty much all the channels that I'm in the theater district.
Okay, fine. I'll let you have it. What's the biggest difference between you now versus the you that joined in New Hill City back in 2021?
2021 me did have next to no clue about how everything worked here. Like, I didn't even know why sex jokes were common in this server.
Wow.
But 2023 me, I'm just like, yep, this is how it's gonna happen. And I'm just sitting here lurking.
What thing, Hellion, element, anything of New Hell City that isn't here anymore do you miss the most?
I've seen things come and go, even though it's only been like 2 years.
If anything.
What's something that I miss?
Something,
someone, some other place, some blah, blah, blah. I can't think of a song.
Thank goodness.
I don't know. It's like I don't even notice like changes. I mean, the only changes that I notice are people leaving, and three of the three of the most prominent like junior mods have left already. Like not
R.I.P.
just not, yeah.
They died. Fair enough. What do you think is something that you have yet to? Wait, what is something we have yet to do that you think we should add,
Um, what
if
what's
anything?
something that um
Can be
oh
to
I
the
can't
town of New Hell City or to the Discord.
can be to the town of New House City.
Yes. Do we need?
Erect a hall erect erect an actual Hall of Fame besides it being a channel in the server. It's like you already have your Hall of Fame channel. You have your Heli Award Hall of Fame channel. Why not make an actual exhibit?
That sounds interesting. How can I make it about
And also
me?
cheese. Also add cheese ice cream to the
Nope,
menu.
nope,
New
nope.
House City.
Moving on, moving on. Who is your best friend here? And if you don't say me and only me, I will still indeed ban you.
You can't do that shit. I'm a bad bitch. Anyway.
Wow, that's the biggest difference between Swift now and Swift in 2021. Work. Who's your best friend here? You know who to say, Swift. You know who to say.
It's Jesse.
Damn it! Do I look pretty today?
Uh,
This shouldn't take long.
I don't know. I don't see you outside. I don't know. I don't see you outside my window, so I can't tell shit.
So probably yes. Yeah, we're gonna go with yes. What does your New Hell City apartment look like, and what changes have you made?
Well, the New House City apartment looks like a better version of my bedroom, for one. And it actually has an air conditioning unit. Air conditioning unit. No
Amazing.
more electric fans.
Do
No
you?
more electric fans. My light is now solar powered. That's fucking good news, and it's even better considering that New Hell City is an eternal cesspit of fire, like flames. So eternal light.
Do you think you're gonna move into a house at any time soon, or maybe this next?
I'm already in a house.
Oh, you're in a house. It's not an apartment. Okay, work. Okay, work.
I'm already in a house, and it is. I basically just have notebooks upon notebooks of the characters that I've written down,
Of course you do.
stacked in bookshelves.
Let's talk about those cryptids. Is there any way to stop them?
Well, I mean, the particular one, the radio, I have a solution. Just get out of the room where the radio is.
Yeah, that does make
Don't
sense.
listen to it.
That makes sense. So Swift, you know what time it is. You know it's my favorite part of the interview. What is it, Hell? What is it? Come on, Swift. You know it.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's heli time. Let's go over your heli journey in 2022. So we passed up another helis. So you won the big one in 2021, and you did pretty well this last one as well. And I think this was the year that you also broke the record for most heli nominations of all time. I think this was the year.
Yeah, that was the year. I'm thinking about someone else eventually breaking that record again. It's like I have high hopes that it's Minnie who's gonna break the record.
Oh boy.
Minnie or my bow.
At a whopping 43 nominations, Swift is indeed the most nominated Hellion of all time. So, record breaker. Let's get into it. Your first nomination was for Lewd Queen. You were nominated against Sgt. Pepper, Zoe, Catharsis, Consistently Depressed, Rain Art, Miss Necocat, Neridia, Pancake, Sadburb, Silver Luna Wolf, and KMM Green. Did you think you were going to do well at this?
Like I could hardly say Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts.
Oh my god. Every time.
Like her and Necocat, I know. Yeah, her and Miss Neko are pretty much hornier. Like hornier. They're strategically hornier. I'll say that.
Yes, but you were writing some erotica, which was new, and no one else had been doing that or has really done that since. So
Yeah,
it was a
like
unique way
just
to get a Lewd Queen nomination.
I will say there might be more. Void, cover your ears for a moment. This is
This is grown-ups talking.
like, yep.
Okay,
Anyway,
great. So, I mean, listen, you got at least one vote. So maybe you voted for yourself. Maybe DBS voted for you. So you were in there. You got it. You
yay.
got a vote. So that one did go to Miss Neko Cat. But good for her
Meow.
because her first time getting one. You were nominated
Meow.
for Master Debater, I believe, for the first time. You were up against Devin Warlord, Aragorn, Sayori, Venom Spire, Consistently Depressed, Raz, and Jin Kazama. How did you feel
Uh,
about your chances on this one?
there's Sayori and Aragorn. Those two are probably they could write longer paragraphs than I can, and I'm a college student. That's probably expected.
What was I going to say? Do you think R is ever going to lose Master Debater? He's about to get. He's
Um,
possibly going to get a 5-peat.
I mean, there's probably more people like Raziel Nightfire and Sayori herself who are becoming active in debates. So chances are that 4-peat is going to remain a 4-peat.
Oh, really? Ooh, I love throwing down the gauntlet like this. I love. Okay, all
I
right.
mean, power to Ara if he can maintain that streak, but at the same time,
So you had 8 nominees for that one, and there were 74 voters for Master Debater, a record high for Master Debater. Where do you think you landed in the placements?
somewhere among the last place, because there's probably a whole lot more people who are like way in front.
You actually got 4th place. You were 4th place for Master Debater, so not bad. You were
The fuck?
bested by Devin by 1. You only lost to Devin by 1 vote, and you lost to Sayori by 2 votes. Wait, 3 votes. So
So
yeah, not bad.
I was. That was. Damn.
There you go.
4.
I
I don't
mean,
know what's up with me.
to be fair, Ara also got 56% of the votes, so it was a wide margin between first place and second place, but still something to be proud of.
Yep.
Oh boy, this one's gonna make me mad. Best
What?
fucking dish.
Best dish.
Oh boy.
Lasagna.
Oh god. Oh god. So you were
And
not.
she.
Jeez, I don't even want to post this. So you're nominated for best dish for your cheese ice cream. My god.
It exists.
Oh, it shouldn't. It
It
really
exists.
shouldn't.
Fire. It's sold. It's sold as official foodstuffs in the
So
supermarket and
so
also on the street. And it's pretty much like a favorite dessert. So what's the excuse?
disgusting. Tell us, I guess, about your fucking cheese ice cream. I don't know.
Yeah, I made that out of cheddar cheese as well as like some condensed milk and some cream that I had in our food pantry. It's I wanted to evoke that childhood feeling of wanting to eat something that is just completely riddled with dairy and it's awesome. Like it's been a constant staple. It's been a childhood favorite of mine to eat cheese ice cream, or also known in the Philippines as
As
queso real or royal cheese.
oh boy.
it, it's like not only that, like one of my favorite variations of it was queso puti, or in English, white cheese ice cream. And just recently, yesterday, I ate purple yam with cheese ice cream. I'm telling you, it's the cheese bits actually make it all the more, because the cheese bits actually balance the and the salt, sweetness and the saltiness. It's
Oh my god. I have a
awesome.
headache. So you were nominated against Double Chocolate Chip Cookies by Vel, Apple Tart by Spider Monkey, Creamy Lemon Lavender Blueberry Cheesecake by CD, Apple Pie by Spicy Snowflake, Velvet Cheesecake with Cream Cheese Ice Cream by Sig, Brown Crust Cheesecake by Gibbles, Tiger Bows by Addie, French Toast by Iceman D. Freeze God, Snickerdoodle Apple Pie Cookies by Miss Neko Cat, Lasagna by Miss Eldris Mothdevour, Evolution Cupcakes by SD Sammy, Quiche by Giggert, Steak by Down by Six, hey, Down by Six, Karage by Nalam, Zucchini Bread by Sadburb, Sushi by Sea Dragoon, Tiny Cheesecake by Sayori, hey Sayori, Soup by Buckaroo, Spaghetti Carbonara by Leah, Caramel Apples by Biscuit, Quiche by Neridia, Cinnamon Rolls by Sage, Grandma's Cheesy Lasagna by Faye, and French Toast by Augie. Thank goodness we split up this category into sweet and savory because this is a long-ass category now. We are never going hungry.
Yep.
So there were 25 nominees and 85 voters. Where do you think your cheese ice cream landed?
Well,
Well,
somewhere among the lower echelons because of the way I took the photo, so
I
they wouldn't
believe
get it.
I believe you were picked as a favorite because people thought because how much I was so mad at it that it would get lots of votes. So
It's like you were so like you're so mad at the
So
fact that
mad.
it exists. Well,
So mad.
guess what? Guess what? It's still here. It's still in stores. It's still being sold in popsicles, in containers, in in ice cream tubs. They're sold in ice creameries. They're sold on the streets, being pulled by carts by Mamang Sorbetero. He gives a little wave of his bell and then he waves you over. Like, do you want yourself some ice cream? And I say, yes, please. And what are the flavors? You have your cheese, your purple yam, and your cookies and cream. I always pick cheese first before cookies.
Oh boy, let's move on because I'm about to faint. I can't take it. I can't take it. Good. Yeah, that's the thing that happened. That happened. So
Yes, purple yams are the same thing as ube. In fact, ube is we sometimes call it ube halaya. So
you were nominated for Bot Babes against Down by Six, Anoob 123, The Cutest Devil, Iceman, Dio, Vel, Colin, Miss Neko Cat, Leah, Zoe, Kind Cat, and Cam, and you ended up winning in a tie with Dio. Did you expect to win, and B, did you expect to win in a tie for Bot
well,
Babes?
yes, I will say yes. I expected to win, and I didn't expect to win in a tie. So yes, I expected myself to at least get bag myself a win because for me, Bot Babes was arguably the easiest for me to win because all I had to do was just go into the bot channels,
That's right.
click on Carnival, type in $W, type in $H, type in $W, and rinse and repeat
That's
until
it.
I find myself a Genshin Impact character or whatever character that I like. Select it, have it be like your.
Seriously, you heard it here, folks. She said it was easy. Winning helis is easy for Swift. You heard it here first.
Like
Yeah, your first heli of the night.
it's like I'm bagging. I'm bringing more characters into my Swifty gang far faster than anything else.
Your first heli of the night. Yes, this puts you at 2 at this point in the night.
Ha.
You were nominated, and you are officially the first female nominee of Sportiest Sport. You're up against your boo Down by Six,
Nice.
Squirrelish, and Caps. Did you think you would take down the Sportiest Sport champ?
I mean, come on. He's like on the one hand, I'm just like, it doesn't surprise me that Jesse would bag it again, but at the same time, give Squirrelish a chance, you guys.
Poor Squirrelish. Poor Squirrelish.
Like, in fact, I'm posing a challenge to pretty much everyone. It's like when you hear of Squirrelish, just think about him as a sports guy.
Where did you think you placed? There's 4 nominees, 70 voters. A record high for that one.
I mean, I probably could have been third or fourth or whatnot because there's like 3 more who are probably more engaged in sports than I am, and this is and I live in a country where basketball is the pastime.
There you go. You were correct. You were third place. You were not that far behind Squirrelish in second, so you got third place. And breaking records all the time. First female nominee. We love to see it. We love to see it. Your next nomination was for Awesome Activist for all of your, which I loved. You were posting a lot of stuff about the Philippines last year, which I really, I got a lot of information about that and shared it to some of my friends in America.
Yeah, the Philippines is it particularly had a field day when they elected the son of former dictator and current clown Bong Bong.
You were nominated against Devon Warlord, Soph, Nep Spartan, and Venom Spire. I believe this is your first year being nominated, right? You weren't nominated in 2020, or did we even have the award in 2021? I can't remember anymore.
Nope.
We didn't? Okay.
Nope.
Yes, so you ended up losing to Soph, which is okay. That was Soph's first heli, so, Soph got out of the Ultimate Losers Club. It was good. Where do you think you landed? There's 5 nominees, 69 voters. Where do you think you landed?
Not sure, because on the one hand there's Devin, and the other hand there's Venom, who are pretty detailed in their informative descriptor.
I love how much you know about everyone. Anyway, continue.
Informative descriptions about things. Although yeah, there are. I hear cars. I hear cars.
They're coming to get you.
How's the automobile industry? That's probably
good. We're testing out the new NHC auto car line. We're doing a luxury car line. It's okay. We'll promote it in the next podcast.
Yeah. So does it run on firepower?
You know it does, baby. You know it. So what placement do you think you got in Awesome Activist?
I don't know. I could be in the middle.
You could be. Are we going with the middle? Are we going with third?
Yeah, I'm just shrugging my arms at this point. Just shrug.
Second place. You got second place for Awesome Activist.
Wait, what?
Second place.
What?
Second place.
I'm just...
second place. You tied with Devin. And you were... let me see. You were less than 10 votes away from winning. So...
I will just say, what? I'm just going to say WAT. Period.
Yep.
What?
This is why I love playing the guessing game with people, because no one ever gets it right. Occasionally some people do. Jesse got one right last episode, but yeah, rarely ever do. Your next it's so funny. Usually with people's interviews, I'm like, when I type it in the document, I type in their name and I go up and up and up. It's usually jumping up to different spots. Swift is in every category. So it's just like the cursor just moves up just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. The next nomination is for Screen Queen, which I believe was I don't know if this is a new category at this time. I can't keep up. We make new categories.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it was right. It was one. Oh, right, because Princess Zoe won it last year. I think so. I don't remember. Screen Queen nominees were Zozo64, Soph, Princess Zoe, Sayori, and Sgt. Pepper, as well as, of course, our illustrious guest, Swiftcutlassie. Swift, you did not win this, but did you think you were going to?
Nah, Zozo was pretty much gunning for it, and it was honestly a long time coming.
Yeah, it was. We there was a big Zozo sweep campaign happening. There are a couple sweep campaigns happening, but the Zozo sweep one was big. Yeah, Zozo took this one. This is a good one though.
And it's like smack, wipe, win, place, win. Yeah. That's probably it.
Yeah. So you were nominated for Weebiest Weeb. You were nominated against this is a tough category these days. Against Pancake, Nalum, Zoe, Vel, Polaris, and Minnie. How do you think you stood? Did you think you stood a chance in this one?
Minnie's a bigger anime fan. He has like an encyclopedic knowledge in regards to anime. It's almost not almost. I say it's downright impressive.
I'm sorry, you were worried about Minnie that year? That was the one you needed to worry about.
I know there's Nalum, but then Minnie is proving to be quite the prodigy at it.
That's true. That is true. That is very true.
Oh, by the way, someone tagged Minnie, ping him here. Basically tell him that I gave him 2 shoutouts in a row.
That's right. You did give him 2 shoutouts. That is true. He owes you. He really does owe you. It's so weird because Minnie is technically an older member than you, but you are older than him. So it's very strange. I don't know. So so you were nominated for Weebiest Weeb. You were up obviously Nalam. Nalam, I think, had the biggest. Well, this is not his interview, but I think he had the biggest shutout in all the categories. He got 61% of the votes. But you placed in fourth. You placed in fourth.
Another 4.
Another
Bring in the 4.
Another
Bring in 4. I need to get 4 of something. I need to get 4 of something just so I could get. I mean, I've already passed like the marker of 4 helis already. At this point, like officially, I'm above. Number of helis I have is like above the number 4.
Yes.
Just like
we'll get to it. We'll get to how many helis you do have, but we'll get there.
I have so many 4th places that I could just be playing golf.
At least you're not Caps, who's always in last place. So you were also nominated for Clip of the Year, not Clit of the Year, although I would like a category that says Clit of the Year. For the Forces with Phil 2 Electric Boogaloo. I'm going to post the link here.
Yes.
Clipping Phil Reich, our famous member.
Yes, that's.
Tell us about this piece.
Well, he was playing, he was playing Mafia Definitive Edition, and this I probably missed this part, but then basically, he was trying to shoot up a guy, and then for some reason, if I remember correctly in that clip, the guy was using the Force or something, like basically a little glitch happened, which caused him to just lose it. I could have nominated another clip, which was the one where Phil overheard interesting noises on the other side of the hotel door, and then he just ended up shooting the door, and the noises stopped. It was glorious.
What game was this?
Yeah, Mafia Definitive Edition.
Mafia Definitive. Okay, yeah. So you were up against a couple Fire Demon clips, Nalam clips, Devon clips, Shy clips, and a Gamma Cruchador clip. Where do you think you landed? So this one had 10 nominees and 60 voters. Where do you think you landed?
I don't know. It could have been 4 because I've gotten a lot of 4s at this point. It would be surprising for me if it wasn't 4.
It was 4th place.
Again? 4?
It was 4th place. So yes, you lost. You were behind 2 Fire Demon clips. The one that won was with Amakitten, and you were also behind a Sig clip that was clipped by Devon. So yeah, 4th place. You got 10% of the votes. Good job.
4. I wish I could be playing golf right now. 4.
You were also nominated for another big one, which is Gamiest Gamer. You were nominated against Pancake Mini, the current incumbent at the time, Sergeant Pepper. Is it incumbent? Is that what it's called? When the person's already... I don't know. Nep Spartan, Devon Warlord, Zozo64, Wired Vex, Fire Demon 2021, Tato Corp, and Iceman D. Freeze God. Do you think you had a chance in this one?
There are probably bigger gamers. I mostly do mobile gaming, but recently I've been... It wasn't until this year that I began actually playing with emulators in my phone, at least. So it's like...
Yeah.
So Sergeant Pepper won this category.
Yeah, Sergeant Pepper got this one. So mad.
I'm gonna guess the magic number of 4, unless it's 5 or 6.
This one was, you got 11th place. You got last place on this
one. Never mind. I will always guess the number 4 at this point because it's become a pattern for some reason. It's like,
it's a meme.
Why am I getting 4? It's like, I should get 4 of something. That is...
Swift either gets 4th place or she wins. So I don't feel bad for you. I think it's okay. You either win or you get 4th place.
It's like, at this point, 4 is the new position to aspire to. It's like, if you can take 4th place with pride, what the fuck is 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place? If you can maintain that position in pretty much some of your categories, it's like, yeah, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And what's the best part? You reach 40. It's an even number.
Sure, we'll go with that. Now we're gonna get into your D&D, your tabletop stuff. Swift, you ready for it? Here we go.
Uh,
So,
oh, Jemima.
so you were nominated thrice for best tabletop cast. You were nominated for Guild of Gladiators, The Unsleeping City, R.I.P., and The Haunting.
Ah.
Give us a brief description of each of your characters from each thing, starting with Guild of Gladiators. Yes.
Oh, so that campaign with Pancake, I played a mage who was pretty much framed for a crime, and she's not happy about it because who the fucking guy who pinned the accusation on her in the first place was a privileged asshole. So
Mm,
she participates in the gladiator contest to pretty much get back at him, and she does with a cold touch of death.
very good. And your character in The Unsleeping City?
Yes, he's a Burmese immigrant. I would have had he's a Burmese immigrant who works for the New York Times as a freelance photographer, and he has quite the backstory behind him. So, yeah.
Nice, nice,
I
nice,
mean,
nice.
I basically just I based some of his backstory on some of Myanmar's real life history. Of course, it's just general compared to the in-depth examinations and cultural analysis of people who have thoroughly studied the country, Burma or Myanmar.
And then
Like
your character in The Haunting?
the haunting. Oh, it's Sally. Hi, Sally. Ah, Lord. She's technically girl boss, but at the same time, she's actually quite the fair individual. She's like a lawyer, Filipino lawyer from the island of Mindoro. Yes, I still keep track of some of these backstories. It's like the interesting fact about her is that she's actually from this is the magic word that you can use to summon me, a
Mm,
clan of people who are attuned to the supernatural. They're they're a clan of witch doctors, people who can speak to spirits, and are well versed in the country's mythology. It's like it's like she's one of them. She can talk to spirits. That's why she was making attempts to connect with the supernatural and the haunting because she has that ability.
who?
And
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
and you can bet your ass that she has communicated with murder victims on her day job, asking them, "Okay, can you give me like a very thorough description about your prime suspect?"
Of course, of
Your-
course. Oh, The Haunting was so much fun. So, which of your three characters was your favorite to play last year from those
Um,
from those three campaigns?
I don't know. It's probably a tie between. It was probably a tie between Kai and Sally because regional bias, trademark that, and and uh, and Kai because immigrant. He has the American dream behind his back, and he wants to take a picture of every single thing that is beautiful in America.
Love it. So you were nominated against the Yarzen Job. We had Chaos Gremlin Crew, Justice in Chains, Echoes of the Past, Owls, and Grave Encounters. Now, Chaos Gremlin Crew ended up taking it. Which of the three of your nominations did you want to win, and which one did you think was going to win of the cast? So you had between what was that between Haunting, Unsleeping City, and Guild of Gladiators.
I was thinking The Haunting because it's a campaign that was actually completed, but
Haunting for what
Unsleeping
you
City,
thought was going to win.
yeah,
Okay.
it's like, but then Unsleeping City, despite its short tenure, it did have a memorable cast. That's why I was also gunning for it because it's like, yeah, Unsleeping City had charismatic individuals who are part of the cast, and it was you, Colonel. If you're still around, someone ping Colonel. If Colonel's still around, tell him that I send my regards about the Unsleeping because oh yeah, I forgot to mentioned about Unsleeping City as something that I would soon want to return at some point.
Um, and okay, so here I'm gonna put a really difficult challenge on you, Swift. I want
What?
you to guess the placement of all three of your tabletop casts. So we had 9 nominees, and we had 50
Uh-huh.
voters. 50 voters. Where do you think The Haunting, Unsleeping City, and Guild of Gladiators placed?
I'm guessing that two of them are in a tie with another campaign. Like Haunting and Unsleeping are in a tie,
Okay.
and Guild probably on its own place. I just don't know the exact placement. I'm just guessing.
So Guild of Gladiators. I'll start with that one. Hang on, let me see. Guild of Gladiators got 7th place, and it was tied with one other campaign. It was tied with Grave Encounters. Unsleeping City got 3rd place, and it was tied with
What?
Owls.
Oh
And
damn!
The Haunting got 2nd place, and it was tied with nothing else.
Nice.
So
So
the
I was
Haunting, kind of right.
correct on that one. I guessed ties because I don't think any of the campaigns. I don't think anyone really had the heart to like vote one campaign over the other. It's just at least in those placements. So that's why those campaigns were tied.
So The Haunting was lost by 5 votes, so it almost won. It's pretty close. Pretty
Yeah,
close.
I
You
guess the
the
murder,
Murder,
what
the Murder.
murder.
You were also nominated for Best NHG Tabletop Character for your first time.
Yay!
And you were up against, this is a tough category. This is up against Anne from Chaos Gremlin Crew, Ilya from Justice in Chains, Raz from Chaos Gremlin Crew, Doris Dolores DeChode from Owls, Shadow Moon from Chaos Gremlin Crew, Ash from Justice in Chains, Tempest from Echoes, Frank from Owls, Mariners from Echoes, Ku from Owls, Davamar from Echoes, Zoffin from Echoes, Kel from Echoes, Leon from Unsleeping City, August from Unsleeping City, Azure from Guild of Gladiators, Puck from Chaos Gremlin Crew, and Ainsley, aka the Pigeon Lady from Unsleeping City. Did you think you stood a chance with your boo Eisen?
Uh, like he's a bard in a one shot. It's a fucking one shot.
Yeah, it's a
It's
tough
not
one.
like he's gonna have a long. It's not like he's gonna have a long lasting impact unless your name is unless your name is Sheik from Ocarina of Time. You only appear in one game and then everyone instantly remembers you for that one plot twist.
Um, yeah, so that one was. So tell us about Eisen first of all, because you didn't get to talk about Eisen yet.
Mm. So sorry, I'm eating something right
You're good.
now.
You're good.
So basically, Eisen was originally a character that I had in one of my notebooks. Yes, he's another one of them notebook characters. He um he was basically a Fire Emblem esque character. A Fire Emblem esque character. He was a bard who got him in my original notes. I described him as a bard who got himself kidnapped and then rescued by this misfit band of characters that also included a princess, and they were like, "Yep, we have to rescue you now because you can't get. Are you sure you're able to defend yourself?" And he's like, "Yes, if not for the fact that someone broke my loot." And so they rescued him, and then in that original notebook canon, he traveled with the crew to like basically stop whatever evil shit was happening in the continent.
Mm-hmm.
So, and in Holiday Chaos, the backstory is kind of like mostly the same. He was a bard who found himself on the wrong. He got himself entangled in the wrong path. By the wrong path, I mean some motley band of bandits tried to capture him, but he got rescued, or he got himself rescued, and then he has since been traveling, telling tales of the kingdom that he once knew, and blah 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 blah. He ends
Nice.
up uh, he ends up traveling with the crew on Holiday Chaos, and he plays his songs of Christmas there.
I love it. I love it. Was I in Holiday? Oh yeah, I was in Holiday Chaos. Yeah, that's right. Um, So we're gonna now move into your role play stuff. I think you're familiar.
Yep.
So you were nominated. I have to count this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. You were nominated in every single roleplay cast except for one, which is House in the Forest.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
you were nominated 9 times. You were nominated for Grimm's Realm, He Is Here, the Final Cryptid Verse Story, River Kingdom, Star Glitcher, Seven Sins, Rain City News, Aronia Academy of the Arcane, City of Curses, and Fresh Beginnings. I won't have you go through all the characters. I'm so sorry, but because we'll be here all day. But which did you expect to win? Which cast did you expect to win, and which did you want to win? So the winner ended up being He Is Here, the Final Cryptid Verse Story, CV12.
All right. So I obviously expected the CV to win because at this point they were pretty much. I will just call them in this quite the blunt description of helibait. I'm not gonna lie. And expect CV12, wanted, Rain City. That's my short answer.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I'm okay with that answer. But congratulations, you ended up winning your second. This is second of the night, I believe.
The music of the night. I don't know the tune of that. Phantom of the Opera.
Your second of the night for your devotion to the CVs. You were also nominated. Oh well. What? Oh, that's not too easy of a question. You were also nominated for your roleplay character. By the way, did the character from your folder, was that the one you wanted to win? So you ended up, Hildegard Major ended up winning from your folder. Is that who you wanted to win?
I mean, it was a tie between her and John. Those two are probably like one of the more well-known characters that I have in my repertoire.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to tell me about Hildegard Major, you already know some of it. But basically, Hildegard was originally like a separate. Like this was before I found out that the characters had to be siblings. Like I had to be sisters with the other like group. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna make myself a Norwegian character. So yeah, she was originally fucking Norwegian. So
I mean, it's not. It makes sense later on. But yeah,
I mean,
It works.
fuck up. It's like, and Hildegard Major, she has the shared backstory with Victoire, Sienna, and Michelle. And a lot of the stuff happened in CV10 that I'm not gonna dive into immediately.
Come back for the CV retrospective on Sunday or whenever I'm doing it. I forgot when I'm doing it.
I'm just gonna say my brief say and say fuck that plot twist so much. I'm kicking it and burning it and then burning it in a special place in hell. Just fuck it. Fuck canon. Fuck that shit. I made my bloodline clear. I fucking made a clan out of spite. I place a flagpole upon a hill and that flag is waving. She has a descendant, not made out of, not tainted by that plot twist. He is a spy in World War II. He was kind of mentioned a few times in Seven Sins. And best of all, it seems like Dio has went along with it for the most part because I appreciate that. So.
Did have you retconned every single CV character you've ever had?
I mean, most of them were originally from my notes. It's not like the CVs were the first thing, the first canon. They had their own canon. Hildegard herself was not originally meant to. Hildegard herself had a different canon before she was retconned again to be a sibling to the major sister. So I'm just like, yeah, I had my own ideas for her. So technically my own canon went first before most of the CV characters. Hell, John Freda, he was originally just a random spouse in the family tree, and then I just gave him a scar. I just gave him a scar on his cheek, and then that gave me the idea that he loves to play with fire, literally. And so the rest is history for him.
Nice. You were nominated against Thomas Carlson from Force of Divas Our Love, Victoire Major, Scott Dawson from CV12, Cedric Hester, played by Soph, Carter Kell, played by Void. Hi Void. Haru Takahashi from Fresh Beginnings, played by Vel, Sarah Frost from Seven Sins, played by Shy, Kathy Turner / Cassidy Taylor from CV12, played by Phi Demon 2021. Let me see. We had the Gardener from CV12, Coda from Seven Sins, Alice Dawson from CV12, Maya Riviera from CV12, Yuki from CV12, Sage from CV12, Millie from CV12, and Alex Rose from CV12. Woo! Killed it. Sweeped it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what placement do you think you got?
4, the magic number.
Yeah, it was 4th.
I will say though, I forgot to mention that the other characters that I thought had a chance were Timothy, Peter Carmine, and Javi Rivera.
Yes, they were nominated though, weren't they? Were they nominated? They just didn't make the final cut. Okay.
I was just like, Timothy Carmine. I'm just gonna mention. I want to go on a long tangent about Timothy Carmine.
Oh boy.
He had quite the amazing journey. He was originally, I will say that Timothy was originally based on Ocarina of Time Link. I know that's very far off. Like, the reason why he was named Timothy Carmine in the first place was because he was meant to be. I detailed this in the lobby chat like several months ago. So his name is meant to evoke the word time. I wanted to insert the word time in his name, so I just decided to separate it. Timothy Carmine.
Nice.
Carmine. Nice. And then he had quite the amazing journey from being just like a link, like an Ocarina of Time Link XP to a cult leader that I partially based off of David Koresh, Joseph Seed.
Very cool.
Jim Johnson, Guyana Kool-Aid fucker guy. Yeah, and Javi was definitely someone that I created based on some of my experiences as an elder sibling. It's I tried to evoke that big brother feel as much as possible after making a chain of characters who were just very interesting in their morality. I will say that.
I was shocked. I was talking about it in the CV12 podcast. I was shocked when Javi and JC died because it was clear that they were like the stars, and they just like got murked the first time the monster showed up. I was like, oh my god, this is too scary.
I mean, Janet Leigh's character in Psycho was dead 30 minutes into the movie, and people recognized. It's not like it hasn't happened before. It's like there are main leads that die midway into the movie, and then your final girl or final boy happens to be that one side character whom everyone mostly had ignored because, number one, I will do a little bit of racial profiling. I'm sorry. Like, everyone mostly ignores because number one, they aren't African American, and number two, they aren't blonde and a bimbo. Just
that's fair. So you were nominated. The other cute thing is that you and Hildy and Thomas got the same amount of votes. They tied, and also in the pie chart, they're next to each other, which is really cute.
Yes, and fuck that plot twist. They have their own clan. They have descendants. Have descendants.
I didn't bring up the plot twist. I didn't. We didn't have to talk about the plot. I didn't bring it up. You brought it up. I don't know. I'm still gonna bring it up
I'm gonna bring it up anyway. I'm gonna bring it up anyway because you know what the hell. I've lived through it. Jesse knows it. Dio knows it. Kitten knows it. There's like a ton of fucking witnesses who have been in that thread. I can and will remind you every single time that you wrote that shit.
It's so perfect. And of course, it's so perfect. Anyway, also it would have been that weird back then. It would have been that weird back then that they were half siblings. Just say it.
Fuck that. Fuck that plot twist. They aren't monarchs. They aren't monarchs. That isn't justifiable.
Oh, their babies probably came out really weird looking. Anyway, no, it's it's just the CBs. It's no
I'm
big deal.
retconning that. That's why I fucking retconned that shit. And I'm gonna be yelling about this specific part. Okay, that's why I retconned it. That's why Hildegard has a perfectly healthy descendant. He does not have hemophilia. He does not have a blood disease, and that's why he works as a spy in World War II. In at least the Seven Sins canon, he's badass. Somehow he's missing, but he goddamn knows his grandmother ain't Lord Byron. Just say it.
So you were also nominated for Best Roleplay Story with Jesse. You were nominated for Rain City News, which is a fun one. I love that. I love Rain City News. I pop in there and read it every now and again.
Yay.
You were nominated against CV12. He is here, the final Cryptidverse story. City of Curses, Seven Sins, Wings of the Realm, Star Glitcher, Grimm's Realm, River Kingdom, Yukio, Raise of the Hair, and Death Lives. So CV12 ended up winning. Thank you, everyone. But where do you think Rain City News landed? So let me see. That's 11 nominees and 57 votels.
Is it gonna be weird for me if I just say the magic number?
You can if you want to.
I'm just gonna say either the magic number or somewhere a little lower than the magic number.
Say what you think it actually is.
I don't know, you say it, because I'm just saying it's probably the magic number.
It is. You got third place. You're right behind Seven Sins.
Wait, what? People actually like the story? And I'm just like, and I'm probably like, hey, Jesse, do you hear that? We got third. It's for once it's the trifecta.
Third place. Third place.
It's from...
Third place. Oh, Jesse say woohoo!
I will just say though, it's probably because of the longevity of it. That's we just stayed and just this.
I hope y'all get a win this year. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah. It will be fun.
You're just what?
I'm just like I would just be typing there probably when I get the energy to.
Do it.
Once I get the energy to. Like I'm fueling myself up with good.
You were nominated for Best Unedited Photography Piece for Peeking from Afar. Tell us about this one.
Oh, I was well, my mouth's full right now. Hang on a minute. Okay. So backstory behind this was that this is in Tarlac, one of the provinces of the Philippines, in the island of Luzon. So Tarlac has this has a shrine, a Marian shrine, either a Marian shrine or a Christ the Redeemer shrine. Christ the Redeemer shrine that's like perched atop a mountain or a hill. And my family went up there to visit that shrine. And and one of the things that we did was basically climb up this steep ass like path. And needless to say, when we reached the part where there was the statue, the Christ statue, we had like a few photo ops, and then among the other things that I saw in the shrine, there were like vendors selling like Catholic memorabilia. There were others who were selling piggy banks, like piggy banks with bamboo shoot piggy banks, and then among other things, there were like eateries there for people who wanted to take a break amidst their pilgrimage. And while I was there, I was like, I was downcast. I was in a bad mood. And so I decided to go off on my own just a little bit. I went back to where the Christ statue was, and then I went over to the railing, just leaned a little bit forward, and then took a picture with my iPad. And that's that picture over there is like one of the peaks, and as you can see here, there's like flat lands behind the foliage, the forest. That's because I'll say that's because rice is like
rice fields.
Yeah, there are rice fields. Like
I love rice.
Tarlac is part of Tarlac is part of Region 3, which is also known as Central Luzon, which, by the way, is called the rice granary of the Philippines. So the majority of our rice comes from that region.
Yeah, what Sayori said, no more taking photos of where you're leaning over the railing. No more of that.
I
Good
mean,
job.
I don't remember. I don't remember if I was actually leaning over, but I was there. I
Okay.
was there, like trying to get. I was trying to get a good view of it without falling off, because that's some. Like my acrophobia was like working to make sure that I stay alive. So
Although it would have been iconic if you had died and then gotten a win for this one, but you didn't. But you got close. So you were nominated against 26 other nominees. Where do you think you landed? 77 voters.
um, the magic number,
The magic number, fourth place. Yeah,
is it?
yeah, it's the magic number, fourth place. Yeah, for sure.
I'll always refer to Forest the magic number. It's like I'm making it popular for everyone. It's gonna be cool to win fourth place, you guys.
Yeah,
You can't. If you have never won fourth place, can you even call yourself a legend?
we're gonna name this one called 444. We're gonna name this episode. Down by fourth. So you were also nominated for Best Written Piece for Quiet, which I'm going to post here. Tell us about this piece. Also, is this the one you wanted to win from your folder? Because it's not the one I voted for.
I mean, Metamorphosis and Quiet, they're
I
pretty much like the
loved
stuff that I
Metamorphosis. Anyway, go ahead.
those. But I bet this fucking piece won because people were horny. Sorry, Boyd, don't look at it.
Don't look at that, Boyd. Avert your eyes. I should have put a spoiler on it. I forgot that it's dirty.
Yeah, but I was writing it like I was not basing it on any character in particular until Jesse asked me like whether they were based on some of our OCs that we write, and I was just like, well, I can just roll with that. I can roll with that. They're an emperor. They're an emperor and his lady in waiting. What? Fuck it. That's
Literally.
exactly what's
Literally, fuck it.
like. That's exactly what's going on. And then Metamorphosis. I know it did not like make the cut, but I will say
I love that
that
one.
story was like based on my love for drag queen. So
Shout out to drag queens. They're great. Stop criminalizing them.
don't criminalize them. In fact, I saw this meme online that was posted by the Bianca Del Rio, which said, "How do I teach my kid about drag?" And I'm just like, your kids are taught how to take self-defense measures against school shooters every month. I'm sure your children can handle someone playing dress.
Oh my God, I hate it. So let me see. This was a 7-hander. So you had you're up against Echoes by Zoe, Trapped by Silver Luna Wolf. Excuse me. The Favorite, Gay Wizard Fan Fiction by Dio, Warm Gray by Jax, Battlefield by Cody the Wolf, and Biometrical Accidental by Annie/Carrot. Where do you think you placed? Zoe ended up winning,
I don't know.
which got her out of the Ultimate Losers Club. So congrats, Zoe.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think I could say the magic number for this one because
Then what place you thinking?
I don't know.
Pick a number. Pick a number.
I'm not picking any number.
You got third place. You were tied with Gay Wizard Fanfiction. You were 1 behind Jax, and you were 5 behind the winner. So not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. I will not. I'm just gonna say this outright, but I'm not gonna actually say anything. But expect a lot in 2024. I probably fried my brain just doing some this year. That's gonna be probably for next.
Interesting.
Just saying.
Interesting. Well, to see. Your next big award was for Writer of the Year, which is our new category that year for all things, any writing anyone does in the server, anywhere, ever. You're up against Dio, Down by 6, Fire Demon 2021, Amakitten, The Colonel, Nalum, Pancake, Annie, Cody the Wolf, Useless Shadow, Shy, and NJ Wolf D. Did you expect to win this one? Because you did.
I was like, I mean, you've seen my reaction. I was like, what? I actually did it.
You
I
didn't
was
think you were
just
gonna
like,
win?
I was like, I was like in disbelief, and at the same time, people were. I think I've heard that people were actually gunning for me to win this
Yeah.
because
You ended up winning 48% of the votes. Almost half the votes went to you.
I'm like when I saw that I was the first winner of Writer of the Year. So that means I'm the first overall writer, first Asian to win, and first overall. Just
That's
like
right. First woman.
someone
Yeah.
from someone from outside America won that shit.
There you go.
I could at least take pride in that. And it just I know it's just superficial, but then Jose Rizal, I'll just say this outright. Jose Rizal was a he was a nationalist. The way he was a nationalist was that he wrote about Spanish abuse. Like he wrote about how the Catholic Church basically sucked for everyone involved, and he got executed for it. He wrote 2 novels. He was planning to make a third, but then he died.
Work.
He wrote two. He wrote 2 novels. It was basically one long revenge story against like the colonizers. They didn't have a happy ending because the entire point of it is that do you want your country to suffer like this? Do you want them to suffer? Unless you do something about it, the thing that happens in this book is going to be what happens in real life. And it's like the Philippines has a lot of people who wrote so much literature. Why can't people see that shit? Why can't people why can't people appreciate, well, at least here, and a lot of people here just go crazy for K dramas and Western media. I'm just like, we already have such great stories, and yet they're tossing it away. Why are they tossing it away in favor of consuming like foreign media? Like I'm not against like Filipinos consuming foreign media. Power to them for having their interests. It's just that they should see that there is hidden beauty within our local stories. Hell, Florante Flaura, there was like a lot of research involved about the Crusades, and that guy wrote the story while he was imprisoned because of a crime he did not commit. He wrote that shit in prison, and it became one of the mandatory written pieces that we have to learn in school. How's that for a power move?
Bam. Swift out here changing lives. So Swift.
So,
Yep. Mm-hmm. Don't let me
I'm just
stop
gonna
you.
say this outright. I'm just gonna say this outright. Like 2 of the foremost writers in the Philippines were imprisoned, and yet they still became remembered.
Bam.
So,
And you can add Swiftcutlassie to that list. Although she's not in
except
prison.
I wasn't.
Unless you want to be in prison. Can I
Yeah.
do you want me to put you in prison?
No,
Okay. Okay.
no, 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 no.
Okay, fair
Like
enough.
these guys would probably recommend you not be in prison while writing. Well, I mean, Jose Rizal like only wrote 1 poem while he was in prison, and that was like on the night before his execution. That's history for you.
There you go.
There's like a lot of people who wrote stories. It's just I wish Philippine media was consumed more. And I will say this, Jose, one thing that you should probably watch, Sayori. I know you're listening. There's a new telenovela like that has just finished. It's based on Jose Rizal's writings. It's called Maria Clara at Ibarra. It's basically a young college student gets isekai to the the world of Jose Rizal's fictional universe. It is a banger. People have made memes out of it, and people actually became more interested in Jose Rizal's stories because of it. So, yeah, Jose Rizal is quite the. I'll just write it down. Yes, good thing I have my phone. It's
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's a that's a really good telenovela. I wish it's in the English dub too, so that I wish it's in the English dub as well because the story is pretty damn good.
Uh,
Even though, yep, I know I'm going on a
you
tangent
ready?
here, but believe me,
I
but believe
believe
me,
you.
this is part of, but believe me, this is part of this is related to what I have as writer of the year because a lot of local creators have actually influenced my style of writing.
I love it.
So
I love it. I love it.
yeah, shout out to Jaime Chair and Chocolato Dorima. They help me with my character creation inspiration as well. So that's all I could say. Unless I have more stuff to say, someone stop me before I go on another long tangent about
You
writing.
were nominated also for Best Traditional Art Piece for Manabella Temptress. Tell us about this piece, please.
Oh yeah, hang on a minute, I'm still eating. Wow.
You know better than to eat in this podcast. I eat all the time.
So basically, she was a redraw of a character that I had in my sketch pad this time, not a notebook. Thank God. I kept hearing notebook. So what she's basically like the reason why she's a temptress is because she's a club hopper who is secretly a baby eating vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Or basically a mandurugo, which is the Filipino equivalent to a vampire. Like I say basically a lot, but basically, a mandurugo is the kind of vampire that in the daytime masquerades as a woman, but then at night masquerades as a woman, tries to find a spouse for herself, but then at night she drinks the blood of her spouses, slowly draining them of their life until they could no longer walk and die.
Love it. Sexy. Very into that.
Yeah, like we have a lot of them here in Philippine mythology. There's like plenty of them. There's like plenty of them who, oddly enough, like either if you are studying Philippine mythology, one of the common victims, like the victims of these creatures, are either A, corpses, or B, unborn babies, especially unborn babies. I don't know why. I don't know why you eat unborn babies.
So that one went to Sadburb. You also were nominated for the first time for Best NHE Art Piece, which I love. Best NHE Art Piece for I Wear Prada, which I love this one. What made you want to draw this one? This is great.
I was just like, I was in my experimental phase. I wanted to make use of the art supplies that I have, like at store,
and you
like
gave me both
that I have right now.
You gave me both my horns, which I appreciated.
Yeah, like I tried. I made a chibi as well because I was into the chibi style at the time.
I love
So
it.
I will probably draw more chibi stuff once I get back into it. Because chibi is cute. Chibi is literally means small. It's cute.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, you were also nominated 7 times for Best Quote. Thank goodness we broke this category up. And I just posted them all at once. We have a solo quote of you saying he had found the truth, and it's not pretty, it's fire. How dare you? How dare you, Swift? You also had one with Alcoholic Nick that said, Sally, but she has a pulse. George, don't say that. You also had DBS saying, I'm firing on all cylinders. At this rate, I'll win Best New Member 2022, right? And then Swift saying, keep dreaming, my love, which we are going to keep that going every year. I'm very excited about that. Sayori saying, ignore the muffled screams coming from the refrigerator. We keep Gordon there. Swift says, not really screams, more like swearing. And then DBS says, so that's why the fridge is cursing me out. Makes sense. We have one of Minnie saying yellow, Savvy saying yellow, Isa saying blue, Haru saying green, Savvy saying purple, and then, wait, were you even in this one?
I was.
Oh yeah, you said yellow. You started yellow. That's right. And then Sayori said
I was
donkey.
not supposed to. I was not supposed to like add the W towards the end because I got that way of greeting from I think from another user, like from another user that I remember in Discord. Like they said, like yellow was probably something that I either made up or I got from another user in Discord. They were also the same person where I got the expression yeppo from, because yeppo, like for a time I actually said yeppo instead of yep or yes.
You were also nominated. There's another one with Dio that says, "I intimidate many people for some reason, despite being 5'2" and dressing like an aging dad." And then Swift said, "Wait, you're 5'2"? Mion said, "Wait, you're 5'2"? 8-bit said, "Laugh my ass. I was a T pose over you." And then Kiara said, "Wait, you're 5'2"? And then another one with Vel that says, "Fun fact: he won't be dead until taken off properties. No one dies in Disneyland. The mouse is alive. Hit him more." Swift said, "Yeah, everyone is apparently immortal in Disneyland. I guess it's the magical bullshit." Vel says, "That means everyone is a pinata until off properties. Flesh pinata. They make fun noises. What an awesome feature. Get your flesh pinata at your nearest Disneyland. Listen to the sounds of pure unadulterated suffering. It's not a crime if they don't get off Disney property. Fun for the whole family. Disclaimer, Disneyland is not responsible for malfunctions or deformities of any kind of the flesh pinata." Wow. That was a big one. And those were all of your quotes. Which one do you think got voted the highest?
It was either Jesse's wants to be best new member 2022 or the one with Gordon Ramsay.
Actually,
or the 5'2".
It was 5'2". 5'2" was the one. 5'2" got the most. The most of
I
your
just love
votes.
how everyone was like coincidentally asking, "Wait, you're 5'2"?
I don't think anyone expected Dio to be so short. I guess it is kind of surprising, but I don't know.
I am, and this is coming from someone who is short myself. I'm like 5 feet tall. I am a shorty.
Yeah, it's
Goddamn Filipino genetics. Just at least I'm taller than my aunt, who's actually far shorter than I am.
You were also nominated for Best Level Up, which I am looking for now. I bet I will find it at some point.
Holy shit, they're doing the 5. Wait,
oh
you're
God.
5.
Oh gosh.
No.
Nominate it. Nominate it. Oh gosh. I'm about to post something,
No.
so if you're gonna cap it off, cap it off.
Oh my God,
Jesus.
It's like, wait, you're 5. I'm just gonna type one simple reply. There.
Perfect. You were nominated for That's Some Funny Shit for Best Level Up.
Eternatus leveled up to 100 because of Will Smith. For once, it wasn't because of a slap. Anyway.
That's right. Very topical, very topical. Yes, that one was also nominated. You were also nominated, we're getting down to the end here, you were nominated for the Bringer Award. I forgot who you brought that year, but you brought one folk.
Yeah,
one of them,
I brought my cousin.
Oh, that's right. Are they still around here, or did they die?
Mayhaps they're still around. I'm probably gonna message her.
Oh, D-Bell is still here.
I know. Oh, nice. I want to ping her. Like, my cousin's probably doing stuff in college at this point. It's yeah, she's my paternal cousin. Just a little bit of a tidbit. I will say that originally she wasn't that good in English, but then because I kept speaking English to her while I visited like the province, she began to be more fluent in English. And it was to the point where I was like, wow, you really sound like me.
You were nominated against The Unknown, Koala, Shy, Leah, CD, Austin, Annie, Faye, Cohen, and Kia. How do you think you did? 11 nominees, 65 voters.
I don't. For once, I'm not going to say it's the magic number because, you know.
You're correct. It is not the magic number. It is third place. You got third place.
Wait, what?
Yep, third place. You tied for third place. There's a 3-way tie for third place, but you did get third place.
And I think CD won this one.
CD won that one by a long shot, yeah. CD brought...
because they...
2 heli nominees. They brought Toby. Toby and Kind Cat. Yeah.
Yeah, those two. And they were long-staying members ever since.
Still here, yeah.
Yay.
You were nominated for
feel like...
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I feel like that's also a consideration of the Bringer Award if any of them stay far longer.
Oh yeah, it used to be how much you brought, and now it's the quality of the folks you bring, for sure.
Yeah.
Faux show. You were nominated for Most Inspirational Member against Zoe, Marajik Rose, Miss Nekocat, Aragorn, CD, Sayori, Leah, and Aurelia. How did you think? Did you think you're going to win? Were you gunning for this one?
Well, I mean, Sayori was probably it. Sayori and CD were practically there. They had they've experienced life far longer than I have.
Damn.
They've seen
Calling you
more.
old. Sayori old. Sayori found old.
I didn't say that. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't say that. I'm saying more experience.
Okay. And I got to create a little drama for the podcast.
No,
Where? So
we're
you
not. We're not making drama here tonight. I'm just pointing.
you were
Yeah.
nominated. Let me see. You were nominated. Oh, there's 9 nominees. 72 voters. Where do you think you landed?
I don't know if I could say the magic number.
You should, because it was.
Hooray!
Fourth
It's the
place.
magic number.
You're behind Neko and obviously CD, Neko, and Sayori. So not bad. You got
magic number.
You got 13%.
Bring in the magic number.
13% of the votes.
Give me four. Can someone like ship a parcel? Like, give me at least 4 of something. Can someone ship me a parcel of that? 4. Like, give me 4. Any of the items I like. Like, I either want like 4 cell phones, ship it here, or 4 gadgets of any kind. Please ship it.
Gosh. You were nominated for Most Improved Member against, this is a tough category, Iceman, Defreeze, Omai, Takashai, Catharsis, Fibericon, Useless Shadow, Sunshine Maya, Mini, Ghostface, Leah, Tatacorp, Canis Epic, and Cohen. Did you think you were going to win this one?
I mean, I was already best new member. What's needed to be improved?
Most people are always confused about this. Most improved also means like if you become more active, like if you start more events, if you start RPs, if you start contributing more than last year. That's also an improved member trait.
I see. It's I mean, for one thing, it's like everyone's level improvement is kind of subjective. Like, everyone perceives improvement in a subjective manner. There are like some objective aspects of it, but it just depends on what the people perceive as improved. Because improvement is only noticeable once people start talking.
So you got nominated against, there's 15 nominees, there's 68 voters. Where do you think you landed? Minnie ended up winning this one.
Like expected, because I think part of that, I would say, based on my observation, me lurking in the chats, like his interactions with Sayori definitely played a big role. I'm stating
Sayori
based
says
on
you're
what
welcome, Minnie. Minnie now needs to thank Sayori for his win.
I observe all fire. I observe chat patterns.
Where do you think you landed?
Should I say the magic number again?
No, you should not.
Why?
Pick another number.
I'm just guessing the magic number because
God.
it's always been the magic.
You got second place.
What? Yeah.
Second place for Most Improved Member, yes. Congratulations. And then the big one, Most Contributing Community Member, which is considered one of the hardest. I think it's like the big 4, I would say. The mod ones, the Best New Member, and this one. Most Contributing Community Member, you're up against Sergeant Pepper, who's a previous winner, Zozo64, Zoe, Iceman, Defreeze God, Shy, Leah, Useless Shadow, Kiara, Austin, Minnie, Void, and Pancake. And you ended up winning 28% of the votes. Congratulations.
Yep. I was like, after 2021, where I was like, I was so close to winning by 1 vote, and it could have been a 3-way. I was just like, well, if I could attain that shit, if I was almost there, then I can attain it this year. It was like that moment in 2021 was my main motivator.
How did it
to do something?
How does it feel to have both a MCCM and a Best New Member award?
I'd say, damn, that's no one has ever done. My only reaction to that, besides yeah boy, is wait, no one else has done it before, not even JoJo or Dio.
Nope, nobody. And the final the final award that you got was for Chatterbox. You got the golden Chatterbox.
Yay! I'm talkative in English.
Putting you at, I think you got, so this means, because if you only got one 2021, it means you got five helis this year. 5 helis in 2022. Not bad, yeah? Right?
Yep, and it's like quite the impressive record. Well, not really. Well, not really that, considering there's like Dio, who's got way more than 10 at this point. But I will say it's a decent amount. I'm just like, it's a decent amount to the point where I could just live comfortably in a tiny, like, I'm tiny house living. Just saying.
You are, so let me see, you are the, 1, 2, 3, you are the 9th most Heli award-winning Hellion of all time.
Hooray! It's like, I have my enthusiasm. Just, I have my enthusiasm. Just, it's either droning out or I am just, yay.
So let's talk about your Helis this year. You have 11 nominations, and we're going to talk about how much you think you can win.
Hooray.
We have NHE Tabletop for Owls. We're up
Yay.
against, I'm in that one, we're up against Justice, Below the Kingdom, and Echoes of the Past. Do you think we're going to defeat, you think we're going to win? Think we can do it so far?
Echoes pretty much has Echoes has a fair chance. Well, my only concern is because it ended just early this year. Will it be able to pull off a Hildegard and still be remembered?
Maybe.
So,
I mean, fair enough. Hildegard ended up getting a lot of votes. So I don't know. We'll see.
like,
you were going to say, sorry?
I'm still anyway, go on.
You were nominated for Best Roleplay Cast. The only roleplay cast that's nominated right now, which is fine. For River Kingdom. So I guess so far you're in the lead because there's no other nominees.
Yeah.
Congrats.
It's like, congratulations. We're gonna be winning this. No one else nominated. No one else nominated any other cast.
There you go. You're nominated for Best Roleplay Character. You have 2 in your folder right now. Oh my gosh, it's G from Cryptid Verse CV12 file number 10, I think, or 9. I forgot what the circus one was. 9. Thank you. G and Messi from Rain City News. So far, which of those 2 do you want to win?
G probably has more impact, and then Messi, but excuse me, I'm still chewing. I was just like, it's kind of interesting how the 2 characters that are currently in my folder are just those 2 are the only ones, when I still have a lot more, and some of them are NPCs that I write more than those 2 nowadays. It's like, I wonder if my main concern is whether I could fill it up again. 10.
I'm sure you can.
It's like if I can fill up my character folder with playable characters or NPCs,
Yeah.
I can. It's like, I've done it twice in a row. Ever since I came in here. It's either someone does it before me, or I do it, but then it will take a little bit longer.
You're also nominated for Rain City News for Best Roleplay Story. It's just you and River Kingdom in there, so I'm hoping this is your year. I'm actually hoping for Rain City News to win. This will be fun.
Yep, I need to like psych myself up to get it together with Jesse. Let's go.
I think y'all can do it if y'all just keep at it. Have some new storylines in there. Just keep at it. You got it.
Yeah.
Join Rain City News, folks.
Smile. Cat smile.
Join
it's so cute.
Rain City News.
Cat
smile. You're also nominated for Best Unedited Photography Piece for several pieces.
Yes, I will.
Mm-hmm.
I want to disclose like each backstory for the photos.
Go for it.
Because
I just can't pull them up, but go for it.
All right. So basically, a few of those photos were actually from Baguio. I took them during New Year. we visited Baguio in New Year, and according to my mom, I had been there when I was like 1 or 2 years old, but I don't remember because memory retention does not start for infants until 3 or 4 years of age. So, so for me, it was basically my first time seeing the city, the city in the mountains. That was like, I was like, let me teach you a little history lesson
Oh boy.
for everyone in the audience. Baguio City was basically a hill station for the United States, and it was the only hill station for the United States in Asia as a whole. And that city was built because it had the cool climate. It had the cool climate that the Americans wanted because all of the Philippines, the low landing areas of the Philippines, just were scorching. And I'm just like, America, you have California. What's so difficult about adapting to heat? So I'm just like, it's just stunning, really. But anyways, Baguio City, it was built, and that's why a lot of the roads, the places, and everything, they're all named after Americans. Like Cannon Road,
Wow.
Session Road,
That's
Burnham
weird.
Park. Yeah,
Very strange.
Burnham Park, Mines View. Mines View was called Mines View Park because the park was is in view of what was once a mine in the area. That's why it's called Mines. And Wright Park. Wright Park was where I rode a horse.
Ooh.
Although I rode a horse, but then it had to be controlled by the horse trainers for obvious reasons, and we had to walk like one oblong path. We've done this for the next 30 minutes. We've done it for the next 30 minutes. It was almost redundant, but it was worth it because I was riding a horse. My brother was riding a horse. My baby cousin was riding a horse. And the one thing that I was scared of was actually trying to get off the horse because I have my knee problem. But it all worked out, and I took pretty pictures too. I took pretty pictures, and during that time, I already had my new phone. My phone was still fresh and new, so I took pictures with it. I showed off the scenery of Baguio. There are pine trees, by the way, in Baguio.
Ooh. I love a pine
Yeah,
tree.
pine trees because the pine trees grow there quite easily because of the climate. The climate is suitable enough for them to be cultivated. And what else? What else is there in Baguio? There's like a lot of American colonial era related stuff that is there. So if you're American and if you want to know how much they have left a footprint on Philippine history, Baguio is probably the one place they have left like a big footprint because Daniel Burnham, I think. Because Daniel Burnham, by the way, was the designer for Chicago's city layout. So Burnham Park is named after him.
Wow. Alrighty. You're always a history lesson with Swift. You're nominated for Writer of the Year again. Hopefully, you'll win it again this year. It's you and Annie so far. So, you got a traditional art piece in there. You got a combined quote with "Down by 6," of course. You got a solo quote. Yes, you're keeping
him
the
wanting
tradition.
to win.
Mm-hmm.
Him wanting to win Best New Member 2023.
Of course. It's never gonna
It's
happen. Poor thing.
it ain't gonna happen unless you give him an honorary new member award or whatever.
We should do it like the Oscars with honorary Helly awards for their services. Let's see. We also have a Best Level Up and also a Most Inspirational Member.
Did you forget Best Written Piece?
Did you have a Best Written Piece?
Yeah, it was nominated.
Oh, I totally missed it. Or my constituents missed it. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's about Burnham Park again.
Did you nominate it?
Well, someone else nominated it, and it was for Best Written Piece.
Oh, I'll have to find it.
And I will say a little bit of the backstory behind that poem because it's also related to my trip in Baguio. So
do that while I look
throughout
for the thing.
So throughout my trip in Baguio, I was thinking about like Baguio was proving to be like the perfect K-drama city to shoot in because it not only had the cool climate but also the scenic mountaintops and shit. And throughout my trip, I was like thinking of what was missing. what was missing in my trip, the only thing that could have made it even better was if Jesse was with me in that trip. So I wrote that poem about Burnham Park. I wrote that poem about Burnham Park, detailing all of the places that I have been to. Um, hang on a minute. I'm just gonna pull up that poem itself because
Yep.
I want to read it.
Go for it.
I want to read that. I want to read that poem. It's hang on. I'm just Where is that poem? Where is
I just
that
found it.
poem?
I'll post it right here because I just found it myself.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it
And
is. Siri has it.
yep, yep. Meet me in Burnham Park. In the towering pines lining the city, I had roamed the streets waiting for you to find me. The frigid air swirls and kisses my skin. The sweatshirt embraces me as the atmosphere spreads thin. There's places for us to explore in this city touching the sky, from the park rife with the clops of horses to the overlook that observes the mountains. But even if I drift into the space of the gardens rich in botany, or at the mansion gates, it isn't the same without you beside me. And so I wait for you rowing across this man-made lake. Will you meet me in Burnham Park as you had promised me yesterday?
Give her.
It's
Go ahead. Keep going. Sorry.
it's so there's a lot of this poem actually references most of the destinations that I have been to in Baguio. So I referenced obviously the pine. Baguio is also called the city of pines because of the pine trees, and it's cold. Second stanza references the cold temperature, and then I reference how Baguio is a city located up in a plateau, and the park rife with the clops of horses. That's Wright Park, and the overlook that observes the Mines View Park, and drift into the space of the gardens rich in botany. There is a garden that's called, I think, the Cordillera Garden. I think that's the name. And or at the front of the mansion gates. Yeah, I forgot to mention that the mansion is actually the president's best vacational home. It's the president's official vacation home. It's located in Baguio. The thing is, we cannot enter for obvious reasons, but we could take pictures in front of the gate or like somewhere at the very front, but just don't enter. And so I wait for you rowing across this man-made lake. Burnham Park has a man-made lake, and there are swan boats. There are swan boats that people pedal in. They pedal in those swan boats. They either use a canoe or whatnot, or they use swan boats. And Burnham Park is that very famous destination because one of its highlights is a man-made lake. But sadly, I was unable to make to the actual Burnham Park because parking was full. And not to mention, if we were like lingering at the area that wasn't an official parking space, the police officer stationed there would have actually taken away the license. So, yeah, that was a danger.
Hell yeah. I'm voting for it. I'm voting for it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. I have more questions for you, Swift. More questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Where in your place do you keep your helis? You have 6 helis now. Where do you keep them?
I mean, I just placed them in a shelf, like just a glass shelf, probably a glass shelf. Place
Nice.
them like somewhere which I can see it, and somewhere where, you know, I'll let you in on a little secret. The actual helis are hidden somewhere. The ones that I put on display are decoys, so that anyone who dares to steal that shit,
Who would try to steal?
would
That's
just
awful. I would never.
would just end up being duped by that because what the fuck?
What is a heli that you lost that you wish you hadn't? In your entire
Honestly,
career of the helis, 2021 and 2022.
I mean, there's like a few that I would be gunning for, but because if I answer that question, well, for 2021 it was a tie between for the 2021 it was a tie between most contributing and best written piece, and then 2022 it's like because of the fact that I've been in so much magic number land for many of these awards at this point, it's like I got a number of them, but I'm not gonna disclose which one exactly because
which heli did you win that you didn't think you would?
Writer of the year.
Ooh, okay. It's the one you got the most votes on too. What helis do you want to win this year?
I mean, I'm just gunning for whatever I can, what I'm capable of doing. It's like, if you see me participating in it, more likely than not, it's either because I'm interested in it or because I am gunning for something there. So.
Okay. Okay, how many helis do you think you'll win this year?
I mean, I'm slowly building up that number. Like, if it's 6 right now, I'm just gonna be like 1, 2, 3 next year, 1, 2, and then just keep building up that number.
Yeah, you won 5 last year, 1 your first year. So interesting. Okay. Make some heli predictions. Doesn't have to do with you if you don't want it to, but make any heli predictions that you want for 2023.
The best new member is gonna be 2 things. I'll say 2 things, as in 2. Like, my prediction for best new member is either gonna be someone who will be arriving later in the year,
Ooh,
like as everyone
okay.
else has predicted.
Okay.
But it could be the best new member could also be someone who has not been active, who have entered earlier in the year, but then but they will be active much later on. Basically, technically being the new member that just comes in later in the year and becomes very active, and everyone will get the win. And another thing that I'm predicting is that something, like probably for the first time this year, because of 2 of the recent new members that arrived, Spencer and ECO, I'm gonna mention them. Those 2, like, if they maintain their activity, they would probably win the very first best new member tie.
You were so gunning for this tie. You thought the tie was going to happen last year too, didn't you? You predicted a best new member tie
Like,
last year.
I'm still predicting ties.
Okay.
I'm still predicting ties. I'm making loops. I'm making the loop, and I'm making sure that knot is firm.
Okay.
Tie.
All right. Any
like,
other predictions?
I will say that. I will say though, D&D is probably going to be the most coveted category for this year.
Yes.
The most coveted.
I love it.
It's going to be the most coveted category. Everyone's going to flock in there for a chance to win.
I love it.
And I hope fucking Squirrelish gets that sportiest sport win.
He's thankfully out of the Ultimate Losers Club, so I'm happy about that. But
yeah, he's out of the Ultimate Losers Club, but will he gun for this? Like, what is supposed to be the most competitive, like,
it changes.
Sportiest sport? It's something. Sportiest sport is a category that's, like Jesse has told me, sportiest sport is something that deals with competitions, yet it's the least competitive category of the bunch.
So what do you think is the most competitive? And what is competitive? What does competitive mean? Does it mean that there's like everyone has an equal shot, or is it like it's really hard to get?
Hard to get.
Oh, I think Weebiest Weeb is like I think Weebiest Weeb is nearly impossible.
I will say for Weebiest Weeb, Minnie manages to overthrow Nalum.
Oh, I would be shocked. I would be so shocked if Minnie won. Nothing against Minnie. Yeah. I would just be shocked. I think Nalum is like I think it's a foregone conclusion. Like, if you can take down Nalum for Weebiest Weeb, you deserve an extra trophy. I think.
Yeah. Minnie, like, here's the thing. Minnie has encyclopedic knowledge about anime that can rival Nalum's knowledge of anime. He's managed to win he's managed to answer, like, pretty much every question in What's That Wednesday so far, and he details, like, a lot of his favorite anime and the latest in anime stuff. So
could happen.
So give the man his due. Give the man his due.
Minnie got very close to winning Gamey's Gamer. He almost won Gamey's Gamer. He got very close. He got very, very, very close. And he would be. And If he wins, he's the youngest member ever to win Gamey's Gamer.
I'll just say for Gamey's Gamer is also going to be a little bit difficult, or maybe not difficult, but since Pepper has won it like yet again, but
All right,
I will
I've won it
say
twice too. Okay. Flips hair.
right. Anyway, it's like, but yeah, Gamey's Gamer is probably going to be that one category where I don't know who the definite winner is. It could be a major upset, like Wire Decks could like instantly, unexpectedly like take the competition. But
We'll fight you, boy.
But then is Sayori nominated for Gamiest Gamer because she keeps playing games as well? It's not just.
I believe she is. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe. If not, nominate her. I also think I think a very impossible two impossible categories to win is best traditional and best digital art piece. I actually think
because
it's weird because the of the year categories are actually easier to win than the single categories. Like it's easier to win Foodie Queen than it is to win Best Dish, and it's easier to win Artist of the Year than it is to win Art Piece, even Best NFC Art Piece.
Yeah, it's if you're gunning, the thing is, if you're gunning for something specific, I will say that if you're gunning for the more specific awards than of the year awards, from that assessment, I would say, that when people are so focused about the specific ones, they're so focused on it that they forget about the rest of the year.
Yep.
It's like your profile. Artist of the year. Let's see. If I were to predict who would win, it's Mika's already won because I wanted Mika to win like 2020 Artist of the Year.
Wait, did she? Has she won Artist of the Year? I thought she won
like that best digital art piece.
I thought she won Most Improved. I don't know if she ever won Artist of the Year. I think she won Most Improved one year.
No, Most Improved Artist was
was Omai,
for 2022.
So did Mika win Artist of the Year last year? Damn.
I suppose.
Oh shit. Let me look at the Helgacy. Let me see. That's Fashionista. Artist of the Year. Oh, yes. Yeah, you're right. Artist of the Year was last year, Mika. Yeah, that's right. So she won Most Improved in 2021 and 2022. Yeah, go ahead.
Like, Mika, I was gunning for Mika to win Artist of the Year 2022. So for 2023, I predict that a veteran artist who hasn't won Artist of the Year will take it.
Oh, I know who's going to win Artist of the Year. Oh, yeah, I know.
So
who's gonna win.
It's like, artist. My bet is in between like two specific artists, Dio or Soph.
Mm-hmm.
So those two.
Oh my god.
Those two are probably.
Soph would lose her mind if she won.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
I have a whole lot more.
Give us your next big one because we're approaching the 2-hour mark. give us one more prediction.
Okay, one more prediction. I mean, I already said my best new member prediction, and I would say Gamey's Gamer, blah blah blah, Scream Queen. There's only like a few so far. Then now I remember. Void is gonna win Most Improved.
Oh, that would be interesting. Void winning Most Improved. Oh, that would be cool. I mean, Mini got his shot. Void's likely gonna get his shot. Wow.
It's gonna be a pattern of like what was once a minor member of the server. They do something big and then suddenly everyone's talking about it.
Yes. Okay. All right. Out of everyone who's joined this year so far, who do you think has the best chance of winning Best New Member? You kind of already said.
Yeah. It's like the chances. Damn. 2023's dossier. Their dramatis personae of members that have joined. It's I will say it's difficult to say because not many of them are particularly active in this.
You got
It's
Rune,
like
Spencer.
like a lot of the members that have joined like very late in 2022 could have been considered for 2020. Like Raziel could have been for 2023, but then he entered like during the cutoff for 2022.
7 days before, yep. Toast will never let me forget it.
Yeah, it's
Poor Toast.
like for the one who has the biggest chances is like like Rune has a big chance so far because they're the most active. They're the ones who are making themselves like known in certain channels. Like to increase his chances, if he increases his chances like in other channels that isn't just the main chat channels and RP, he could have his chance. He could have his chance, or or in the case of the newer members that just joined, Spencer and Isil. Yeah, Isil. Those two. Like the only thing that they have to do at this point is to just be more active. So
there you go. So are you a New Hell City legend?
well, everyone has called. Well, this is normally the part where I would be self-deprecating, but hell yeah, I am.
There you go. Who are the New Hell City legends in the making? Oh, sorry. No. First, who is a new? Who else is a New Hell City legend? And then we'll do the other one.
I mean, my boyfriend is one.
Okay.
And and then and then the other legends are basically like the veteran mods, best new members, like the past best new member winners. And let's see. Yeah, like I could say that Nalam's a legend, so is Maddie, so is Dio.
There you
go. Kitten also.
Nice.
Yeah. Kitten, and then Sergeant Pepper's also a legend. Legendary voiceless queen.
Who are some New Hell City legends in the making?
Well, Void is one.
Oh, okay. All right. Void's coming on a come
Void.
up.
Hey.
All right.
Void is one. I'm also gonna say. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that Sayori has become a New Hell City legend as well.
There you go. Yes, Sayori. Yes, Sayori.
I mean, before Sayori, did anyone win Best New Member and Mod of the Year?
Nope. One and only. One and only.
Yep. Like
and first Brazilian winner. Queen.
Speed ran the legend status.
Keeping the trend of non-American winners, by the way.
Yeah. Non-American. I walked so that she could speed run.
Finally, before we get to the fan questions, what are your goals for this year in New Hell City?
Well, my goals are gonna be obviously this. I might be lying to myself when I say this, but being a little bit more low key because I have stuff that I'm formulating in my notebooks and all that. I have stuff, and that one plan has just been completed for 2023, which was the radio, that little dinky radio that loves to make little callbacks to.
Yes, you discovered the radio.
Previous.
You
had your time. You had your hour.
Oh gosh.
Had the power. You get yet to get your finest star.
You're
radio.
also going to start a new D&D campaign. Yes.
It's still pending because I'm still formulating that. Okay. I'm still formulating the still formulating the storyline. Okay. I could make it completely homebrew, but it's like I'm just gonna ignore whatever guidebooks I could find and just focus on the basics and just be like, yep.
Well, hit up Nalam or Colonel if you need maps. If you're gonna do the map.
Yeah, or I could just hand draw a map by tossing some rice on some paper and then just draw an outline and see what I can do.
There you go. Okay, there's getting started with the fan questions. Let's go. Are you ready, Swift? Here we go.
Someone tag Taka, please.
Oh God, no. Minnie said thoughts on scenic screenshot this year.
Scenic screenshots. Let's see. I mean, with your Elden Ring screenshots, Mini, you definitely have a chance. Just hope that someone doesn't post a glowing tree again.
Wow. Void asked, "Do you recommend Dragon Facts?"
Um, yes. I would recommend like more Asian inspired dragons because like Chinese dragon mythology, like Chinese dragons are interesting. There are dragons that exist in Southeast Asia as well. Hell, I will say this to you right now, Boyd. I will say this to you right now, Boyd. Like like a mythical creature in my homeland that's been considered a dragon is actually a crocodile. Crocodiles have been considered to be dragons because they're kind of basically psychopomps. They're like the Grim Reapers. They take a soul. They walk by with this box at the back of their scales, and then they would crawl into the water with a soul. Like someone has to climb into the box, and then that's the soul that the crocodile god would claim. Crocodiles. Crocodiles are basically overlooked dragons.
Void asks a horrible question: does the cheese go on top or below the patty?
Like put it wherever. But in Jollibee they put it wherever. In fact, I think if I remember correctly, someone has placed a cheese slice on top of the burger bun. If that can happen, I don't see how anyone would be bothered by the placement of the cheese.
Void asks, brownies with or without nuts?
Honestly, if you're into that kind of thing, with nuts, but I personally like my brownie smooth. I like my chocolate chips.
Ooh, baby. Let me see. Oh, we have Minnie saying cheese ice cream, superior ice cream. Oh, Minnie.
Yes.
Oh, Minnie.
Yes.
I know what you're doing.
Yes.
You evil son of a.
Yes.
Um.
Yes. Yes.
Oh God.
Yes. Yes for the cheese.
Void says, "What led you to get into writing?"
Oh, it's a pretty long journey. I started writing when I was 8. I wrote a story about I wrote myself a little ditty about a character that I created. I remember her name correctly. Her name was Carla Marla, and she's Scottish. Carla Marla, and she's Scottish, and she likes flower garlands, and she likes shopping with her family. I was in a Cinderella phase. I owned a Disney collection CD, like a Disney CD collection, like of
That sounds
movies.
about right.
And I was inspired by Cinderella 2 Dreams Come True. I kind of based Carla Marlowe from what I watched.
Fire Demon asks, any advice for future best new members?
My biggest advice is just get into all of the channels. It's like you can be like the best at one specific thing, but expand your horizon, man. Expand your horizons, then people will start to see you everywhere. Once they see you, they will know your name. And when they know your name, they want to gun for you. And when they gun for you, they will vote for you. And when they vote for you, you have a chance.
Minnie says, who has the highest chance of winning Streamiest Streamer, which is not an award, it's Streamer of the Year, but I see what you and Sierra are trying to do. Anyway, who has the highest chance of winning it?
I mean, I'm biased. I want to say Phil. Phil should win this one because he's been streaming this. Like, he's been streaming even before, I think, if I remember correctly, even before he became a voice actor. Like, Phil has been streaming, and he has made quite a legendary, like, we made a few running, like, I remember correctly, like, his server has made, like, a lot of running gags on stream. I know Nalam would be aware of how much we keep track of it, of how many push-ups or how many sit-ups he should do because of Fit Month. I like torturing Phil with Fit Month.
Void asks, Bees Churger?
Bees Churger. If you're talking about Bees Churger, is that basically the burger patties and then a bread at the center?
Sure. So I guess that's a yes.
Yeah.
Let me see. Void asks, why is Fire bad at things?
Fire's bad at things because his mind is Mind empty, only horny.
Mm-hmm. Void asks, cottagecore or cyberpunk? Oh, I like that question.
Cyberpunk because I love my gadgets.
Um, Fire Demon asks, what's your favorite CV and why?
I don't like honestly, it's a tie between the very first CV that I joined, which was CV1. I've been there since the beginning. I've been in all 12. You're asking me to pick between
That's right.
like all of the CVs that I can't count with my fingers.
That's right,
I
all
cannot
12.
count them with my fingers.
Use
It's
your
like
toes.
it's like it's I'm conflicted between like the very first CV that I joined and CV6 or 7.
Which
I
one
don't
is
know.
6? Fuck, I don't remember which one is
6.
6. Is 6 Enemy of the State, or is that... Oh yeah, 5 is Truth or
Yeah,
Tale, 6
enemy.
Enemy of the State. That's right, yeah. I always get those mixed up.
Yeah, like or honestly, it's like 6 is special to my heart because of you know who.
Mm-hmm. I like 6. 6 is good. Void asks, Chaos Gremlins or Sweet Buns?
Chaos Gremlins are sweet. Chaos Gremlins as in the campaign, or Chaos Gremlins as in like little shits who often do shit.
However you want to take it.
Um, I mean, I do like myself a sweet burger bun that I could use to sandwich a burger patty in between.
There you go. Minnie asks, do you actually believe that I can beat Nalam, the king of weebs, for Weebiest Weeb?
Come on, a lot of royal families in history have been overthrown by coup d'états.
Wow. All right. Minnie's biggest fan, Swift. Void asks, what advice do you have to expand Dragon Facts out of the confines of Best Circle?
I mean, out of the confines of Best Circle, in order for you to expand the dragon fact, the fun fact of the day, besides like original dragon creations, you draw them. You give like
Ooh.
you either draw them or actually make like I guess you could say like you got first hand, quote unquote, first hand information, primary source about someone who has claimed to see this himself. You know, Pokemon Presents, like that, like when they promoted Hisui and Zorua, that was the thing. Yeah, do that.
Do that. Jesse asks, top 3 favorite RP characters of your own.
Okay. Top 3 favorite RP characters of my own creation. I would say Messi's up there. So is Spencer Bell, Yates, and let's see, another third is John Freda. I have all of them. What they all share in common is that they are male characters with very quirky stuff that I made up for them. It's like I guess you could say that a lot of my characters are guys. They're dudes. It's quite the sausage party.
My favorite kind of party. Jesse asked, top 3 favorite RP characters of others.
Okay, Jesse. Obviously, I like Moria. Like I like a lot of Jesse's characters, and then as for the others that aren't like I like a lot of Jesse's characters. I couldn't really put them in a top 3 list.
All of Jesse's characters. Okay.
It's but as for like the other role players, I like for Kitten, I do like Jack. I do like Jack or Ian, those either of the two. And for Dio, Dio, Max is amicable. Max is amicable. It's either Max or Bard.
Nice.
Someone
Nice.
pinged them because I said my favorites. I said my favorites from them, and like in between that, but and that's just between like the 4 of us because the roleplay district at this point is just only 4 people, mostly 4 people. It,
Void asks, if Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how much wood could Woodchuck chuck and Woodchuck could chuck wood?
how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? I would say 1,000.
Perfect.
I would say 1,000 if 1,000 if you're trying to get redwood trees from the redwood forest, but then that would be illegal because that's probably a conservatory.
It's a great answer. Great answer, Swift. Jesse asks, outside of Seattle and Chicago, which U.S. city would you want to visit? Good question.
A U.S. city that I would want to visit. Okay. I mean,
He said outside
like
of
those two are
Seattle and Chicago.
outside Seattle and Chicago. I mean, to be honest, I would either I'm tied between either Las Vegas or Daly City or any of the cities in California. Even though California is probably getting a bad rep, there are a lot of U.S. cities that have. There are a lot of U.S. cities that are good, like objectively. Even though the U.S. is currently running itself down a pothole, politics wise, but it doesn't stop. Like it shouldn't stop. Those political hurdles shouldn't stop the United States from advancing and being the best version of themselves they can be. But
Okay.
not,
Keep
but
going.
I will say, if I want to visit a city, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I want to go. I would just say, oh, can we go to Las Vegas because I want to see all of the stuff that's in there. And then after that, can we go to Los Angeles because I want to see the Hollywood Walk of Fame? It's so cool. Like I would be that indecisive just picking a city. So I'm just gonna be like, travel itinerary number 1, get to Seattle. Number 2, go to Chicago to visit my aunt. Number 3, go to Nevada to see Las Vegas, and go number 4, go to Los Angeles.
Fire Demon asks, any new RPs coming this year?
Any new RPs coming? We already have a new RP that has arrived. It's CWA.
Oh yes. Join Championship Wrestling Association. Minnie asks, any reason to return the RP section this year? I think he just gave one, but give us some more.
Yeah, it's like the other reason why is because at this point it's just between 4, the magic number.
Also, really easy to win Best Cast. If there's less people in RP, there's really easy to win Best Cast. So get in there.
It's like numbers, and then top 5 worst written characters so badly written they're cool.
That's by Void. Yep, go ahead and answer that one.
All right, I'm just gonna say worst written characters. One of them is M. Bison from that Street Fighter movie. Raul Julia did a very awesome job with that. Rest in peace to that guy. Johnny from The Room, because he's supposed to be this banker whose optimism like slowly goes down the drain, but more he sees that his fiancée Lisa is being unfaithful to her, and then he culminates it with a very, very low-key temper tantrum that is so laughable. And number 3 is probably that one guy who says garbage day and then shoots a garbage can, I think. And then number 4, Morby? Probably, I'm just saying that. And number 5, any God. I can't decide like a number 5. Probably any character that has been in Phase 4 MCU. Because what the fuck, Marvel? Like this is why I don't really get into Marvel, because superhero movies I feel like I'm a stranger to, and Phase 4 of Marvel is not really helping matters. Yeah.
Minnie asked, top 3 favorite films of all time.
Top 3 favorite films of all time. Let's see. What did I watch? That was awesome. What was the movie that I watched? What I watched? Damn, I don't watch that many movies, but I would say that a movie that I would come back to, favorite films to watch. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, one of them is definitely Lawrence of Arabia, because it's not only an epic movie, but also it's like it has a little bit of history behind it, as in it's based on the memoirs of an actual historical figure, Thomas Edward Lawrence. And I will say him and Ali probably had a thing going on. Another movie, number 2 and 3, let's see. You know what? Like number 2 and 3, the other movies that I would recommend are Man, I need to check my Netflix account. I need to check Netflix to see what I had watched.
Well, we'll continue then. Void asks, what country or state would you like to be deleted? Oh boy.
I mean, not really deleted, but more uh, like conquer it and then do an internal reset with it so that it can turn out better. Somalia.
Fair enough. Fire Demon asks, what's the best thing to eat in the Philippines?
Oh boy, there's like a lot of stuff there. Cheese ice cream is only one of the things that you have to eat in the country.
Oh God.
Like if you're American and want a taste of that American fast food laugh, I would say go to Jollibee because they have their own takes on popular fast food items.
Swift took us there on
That's
a live stream. It was fun.
Yeah, Jollibee's good. Jollibee's a good restaurant. But I would also say one of the best things to eat in here is actually one of my favorite dishes is bistec Tagalog. Bistec is actually a corrupted way of saying beefsteak. We just say bistec. We say bistec, which is I actually cooked that a few days ago. All you have to do is marinate some thin slices of sirloin's meat, whether it could be chicken or pork, but we just call it bistec because beef was like the original meat that was used. So marinate it with soy sauce, your sugar, even like the key ingredient here is lemon or lime, and then you pan cook it, and then you add in the rest of the marinade and all that. It's a nice little savory dish with onion. It's a nice little savory dish, bistec Tagalog. And don't forget the rice. Rice is awesome. And also puto's a nice street food if you want to eat puto. And sayori, don't worry about it. Puto in this country just means a rice cake.
Oh my God.
Don't freak out.
Jesse asks, if someone were to visit the Philippines, what should they do?
If someone were to visit the Philippines, what should they do? I would recommend one of the first things that you do is visit the historical landmarks. The Philippines is rich in colonial history. It's rich in colonial history. It's rich in natural history, mind you. And like, what should they do? Well, take pictures with the historical landmarks. Like visit all of them. Eat the food. Talk to the locals. Buy the local souvenirs that they're selling because a lot of them have handmade the souvenirs with their own blood, sweat, and tears and all that. Where should they visit?
Ask Jesse.
Where should they visit? If you want to go to a cold place and still feel like if you want to go up to a cold place yet still enjoy yourself, and yet still get a taste of indigenous culture, I'd say Baguio. Baguio, of course, I visited that place. If you want to like have a relaxing time at the beach, El Nido. El Nido's a good place as well. El Nido, or if you want like a cheaper option, Puerto Galera or Boracay. Boracay is a good option. Puerto Galera. There's honestly a lot of places in the country to visit. You just need to figure out which one. You just need to search for yourself. But I would say go visit Eastern Visayas. It's so underrated. It's my dad's home region. It's and just a little bit of bad. It's a little bit of like bloody history behind it. American troops have actually faced their biggest defeat in Eastern Visayas in the Philippine-American War. So that was like the second bloodiest confrontation since the Battle of Gettysburg. Okay.
Void asks, what's your opinion of giants made of elements, like the 4 elements from Avatar?
Giants made of 4. I mean, Aang water bent himself to look like a giant koi fish. So I don't think that's impossible.
Oh God, Taka just joined. Oh, this video is going to take forever, which is great. I'm happy to be with you, Swift. Void, why is Fire bad at tongue twisters?
Fire's bad at because its tongue is already twisted as someone's ass.
Void asks, grape juice?
I do like myself grape flavored juice. I also like mango flavored juice. I also love orange flavored juice. I also like my iced tea. Those beverages are very sweet.
Let me see. Jesse asked, worst movie ever.
Worst movie ever. Oh boy, there's a lot of them. Uh, I love, I like playing very bad movies as background noise whenever I do something. It's like I'll turn on the TV, and if I want to concentrate on doing something, I'm just gonna tune into a very bad movie. That bad movie is like I can't pick exactly one, but I will say worst movie series, probably the Twilight Saga. I just tune in. I just tune in to any of the four movies. Just let it play. I do whatever shit that I want. But if we're talking about one singular movie that's bad, um, one singular movie that's bad, I guess 365 Days.
There you
I
go.
mean, it's sexy, but what's the story? Why aren't you getting away from him? What he's doing isn't consent. What he's doing is not consent. It's not giving you freedom. He's just basically making you lull it into a false sense of security, and he thinks that his domineering attitude is romantic. It can be romantic under the right circumstances and under the proper behavior. Not in that way.
Void asks, did you like it when Morbius said it's Morbin time?
Did he actually say that?
Apparently
That's
he
my
did.
question.
Jesse asks, why did you fall for me?
Oh damn. Why did I fall for him? Why did I fall for you, Jesse? Oh,
Oh boy.
it's
Oh
a
boy.
it's a long. Let me take you back, all the way back
All right,
to CV6's
I have to pick up food in 30 minutes, so we're gonna have to do this at some point. But this is good. I'm happy. I'm excited to hear the story.
All right, so I'll just say that it all started with CV6 podcast. It was the first time I heard his voice, and needless to say, that was the first thing.
I didn't know
That was the
that.
first
Cute.
thing. That was like the first thing I noticed about his voice. I was surprised to find his voice to sound so deep. I was just like, oh damn, he has a sweet, sultry voice. And it's that voice, I was like, I thought he was older. I thought that he was older than he actually was, but then it turns out he's just a year younger than me. That means like, oh wow, you really have hit puberty. Yep. But then it's like, and then during around the time that Knee was being written, like CV7, it was like the time we really started to socialize.
Cute. I love it. I love it. Spencer asked favorite drink.
My favorite drink, I mean, I do like myself a Coca-Cola, but water is probably like, and my favorite drink that's not water is Coca-Cola.
Not water. Void asks, who's another NHG power couple you think is gaining power?
Who are the other power couples in this server
How's
again?
that, there's Dio and Lucy. There's Luna and Ara. There's Taka and his mystery girlfriend. There's I don't know who else is a couple in this group. I'm missing a big one, but I can't remember.
Dio and wait, did you say Dio and Lucy
I said
already?
Dio and Lucy.
And then
I think that's it.
oh, another power couple in NHC that's gaining traction, at least in the Red Lantern Club, Luna and Ara.
Yeah,
Definitely
Luna and Ara.
them.
That's fair, yeah.
Like, Dio, Lucian, you better like step up your game, please. Sorry, Dio, but I'm just like, please show up. Like, do more romantic shit. We need to see it.
Taka asks, if you had to rebrand NHC, changing its name, theme, how would the server end up looking?
Well, if I had to rebrand New Hell City, I would might as well like rebrand it to make it completely accurate to Dante's and how it's depicted in Dante's Inferno. It's all gonna be 9 circles, man. It's gonna be 9 districts, 9 circles, 9 everything.
999.
And make the very center the one where the government building is located.
Taka asks, what would you consider your lucky charm and your unlucky charm, and why?
My luck, like I don't really like think of luck. I don't really like keep note of lucks or lucky charms or whatnot. But I would say I will answer my unlucky charm. My unlucky number is 3 because my my knees have been busted between a 3-year interval. Like after 3 years, one of my knees is going to be busted again, and this is the third year since my 2020 knee busting incident. So chances are it's going to happen again. And my when you say lucky charm, I would say lucky number. Well, considering the fact that the magic number is being mentioned in this podcast, number 4.
Let's see. Jesse says, "What the fuck is a kilometer?" I know that's right. The fuck is a
What the
kilometer?
fuck is kilometer is a kilometer is a kilo and a meter, and then if you try to convert it into meter, it's 1,000 meters.
Don't get it. You lost me.
Yep.
Colonel asks, if you had to kill one person in HC, why is it fire?
I mean, I could just douse him in holy water.
No. Taka asks, what is a moment you thought to yourself, I dodged a bullet, and why? Ooh, that's a good one.
I definitely like dodged a bullet trying to let's see where I dodged. I mean, I already dodged a few bullets like crossing the street with my earphones on and then me listening to music and all that shit. It's like there was one time that I was almost hit by like a few like a meter or a few feet, but then I just rushed last minute. I rushed last minute to get to the other side. And it was at a junction. It was at a very big junction. And another moment where I dodged a bullet was how, oh shit, I dodged the bullet back there when that security guard almost like told me, okay, no calling in the train. And I was like, I wasn't even talking, I was just videographing. Anyway.
Taka asks, who's your favorite team in Genshin and what team do you use?
My team in Genshin Impact I named this team, it's called the Single Ladies. Sayori knows this. Sayori knows about the Single Ladies. Yes. Basically, the membership of the Single Ladies has changed throughout the years, or throughout my tenure, like playing the game. But my current roster of Single Ladies are the Raiden Shogun, Toma, Kali, and Barbara. Those 4. Like those 4 are my current Single Lady members. And Toma, yes, I put Toma as like the only current male member of the Single Ladies because I needed that firepower in the shield. And Barbara because she can heal in a pinch with her elemental skill and elemental burst, and Kali because of her dendro element, which allows for easy chain reaction. So
Taka asks, if you could transform into any animal, what would you choose and why?
I want to transform into a red panda because they're cute. Oh
boy, fucking red panda. Red
panda BB.
Taka asks,
I just want red panda.
If you could live in Genshin Impact, what was the first thing you would do and why?
The first thing that I would do in Genshin Impact is fuck over Sumeru's academia because they've been nothing but corrupt. Fuck the sages. Fuck everyone there.
Wow, strong words. Taka asks, what have you learned from being a mod in the past? Are you going to try it again?
I'm just gonna say the one thing I've learned from doing that in training stuff is goddamn, there's a lot of responsibility in that server.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
People don't understand. It's a lot of work. Oh my god, I caught up to you guys. If we go for another 15 minutes, I'm just gonna have Swift do the questions while I go get my pizza. But because Swift. Oh my gosh. Void says, clarifying number 8, do you prefer chaotic gremlins or characters or little sweet buns? Who should be protected at all costs?
I mean, chaotic gremlins can also be pure-hearted people, so why not both?
Let's see. Taka asks, what's your biggest regret in life and what would you do to fix it? I
guess my biggest regret in life is probably not being probably not being a top-notch student back in grade school. But the thing is, I could have like really set myself a track, like an upward, an upward hill journey to being like a top achieving student if it weren't for the fact that I got sick with dengue when I was in grade 6. Grade 6 to like grade 1. I was 6 years old. I was sick. And that probably killed all of my interest in trying to be like an achiever along with my mom's perfectionist standards. So
Jesse asked Red Panda or Eevee in bold letters.
aw. Oh boy, Red Panda or Eevee. I mean, I got Eevee plushies that I hug. Okay, I got Eevee plushies that I hug, and I can reconcile that question by making by making Eevee wear a red panda onesie.
That's true.
So to answer your question, technically both, because I still want to see a red panda in person. I still want to see a red panda in person and then just boop them in the nose if I can.
Taka asks, what life tips would you give to this server? Anything you think people should focus on more often?
More life tips that I should to give to the server. Honestly, cook a dish. Try cooking like a dish for yourself, because you'll see that it's one of the basic skills that people learn in their home economics class, but like cooking a dish for yourself is actually one of the basic steps to learning how to live independently. Because if you can't manage your own food, how the hell are you going to manage every other thing that you have in your life going on right now? And another life tip is open up a bank account. Open up a bank account, because your money is like, your saving grace is really like having some money reserved either for emergencies or for long-term plans. And anything you think people should focus on more often, I'd say they should focus on the things that make them happy. Because in a world where we're focused on getting the likes in social media, or the rush of having to the rush in a workaholic society, people forget that like the human race has survived because they were passionate. They were passionate about they first had to survive, but then we're in a point where we don't have to be concerned much about like surviving the harsh climates, because we've already achieved a lot. So I'd say get creative. And green is not a creative color.
I agree. Taka asks, since I know you love role playing so much, makes me curious. What is the thing you discovered about yourself while role playing, and do you think it has helped you personally?
What's the thing I discovered about myself by role playing, besides the fact that I keep making handsome dudes? Apparently, it's a sausage fest. Not too many girl characters that I wrote or whatnot. But I discovered while I'm role playing. I discovered while I was role playing that I tend to write characters with I tend to be a masochist for tragic backstories. Or I'm probably a sadist to my characters, because I'm just like, the reason why I write these tragic backstories in the first place is because
Yes. 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 Uh-oh. Did what happened to Swift? She said because, and then she died. Swift. Swift. Your questions killed her. Your questions killed our Swift. What happened to her? I don't know. I guess okay. I don't know what happened to Swift's mic. Swift is chatting. Hello, I'm back. Yes. What happened to your mic? We can't hear you. Is Swift coming back? Swift, are you there? Swift, are you there? Don't walk toward the light. It's bad there. Here, I'll invite her back. She went back. Oh, there we go. Here she is. Swift?
all right.
There you are.
Hello. So basically, Discord did a funny. That's why.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so what What was the thing I discovered about myself while role-playing? Well, the thing I discovered about myself before I was rudely interrupted by Discord's shenaniganery was the fact that I like making characters with tragic backstories. Because honestly, I find like I'm because honestly, I like myself. I like myself some sad stories before they can earn their happiness, and I like writing history. I like intertwining history with character backstories. And it has helped me personally because it gives me a better appreciation for what people have gone through in the past. And people have gone through in the past, like in the real world, especially here locally, because a lot of my characters are locally Filipino characters. And it taught me one thing: there should be more representation from other obscure Southeast Asian countries. Get someone from Laos, anyway. Anyway.
Taka says, if someone was visiting over to your country, what would you recommend them to do first? Oh, we already did that question, Taka. Do another 12. We already did that one.
Wait. Taka's and Void asked, how do I make more friends? How do you make more friends? Easy. Like the thing about making more friends, the only thing you have to change is the fact that the only thing that you have to change is not talking much to talking a lot. Because no society has gotten anywhere without communication. Communication is key to making more friends. We're social creatures. We're social creatures with that moral core. We connect with values. We connect with ideas that we share to other people. And once you find like that common link with ideas, you make friendships. You make connections. And this is how societies are made, because of friendships. Friendships create societies. Societies create countries. Countries create a whole batch of United Nations. Yeah.
Taka asks, what is... Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. How do you think the world would appear in the next century? Do you think the future will be bright? Assuming that the world doesn't run themselves over with climate change, it will still survive. The human race will always find a way to survive, because people, besides instinct, they also have rationality. Humans are rational beings. They will find ways to survive no matter the distance.
Taka asks, what is a thing that you think people misunderstand too much about roleplay? And what is a stereotype of roleplay that you think is too ridiculous?
What's a thing people misunderstand too much about roleplay? What I think people misunderstand about roleplay is, I think in general, like the fact that people would, at least in Tumblr roleplay where I first started, they would misunderstand that, oh, these people are probably not this role player probably doesn't want to talk to me because they have like they're selective with whom they want to roleplay. The thing is, they're probably just selective because of the fact that they want to get to know the material that they're working with first. Because in Tumblr roleplay, at least, you have your character profiles. These people are going to be reading your character profiles. They want to get to know you first. They want to know you better as a role player before you do the role play. So when I say that, when those people are like semi-selective, or when those Tumblr role players are either semi-selective or selective as role players, it's not because they don't like you. It's because they just want to test the waters first and foremost. They're either busy, or they want to make sure that what they're working with they can be comfortable with.
Okay. Sorry.
And what is a stereotype of roleplay that you think is too ridiculous? That role players are sleazy slobs who just stay on the computer all day and do nothing in their life. Is that even a stereotype? There's even a stereotype of role players? But I'm guessing that one is a stereotype because people are doing it digital role play, like they're doing it on server chats and whatnot. But role players have their own lives, have their own individual lives. It's not restricted to just role playing. I mean, for one thing, I am in college, so I should know that much. I have other priorities that I should be focusing on. Yep.
So at this point of the podcast, I'm going to have Swift take over. Swift, you're now the host. So while I
Yay!
go get my pizza. So just say what Swift is going to do is say your name and what your question is, and then answer it. You can handle that,
All
right,
right.
Swift? You're doing great. You're great.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah, go and get your pizza. Hopefully it has pineapple on it.
Yes, it does.
Yes. Get the pineapple. It's actually nutritious. Anyway. So now that Fire is off getting his pizza, so Taka's question number 13 is how different is roleplay in different platforms? Like if you compare Twitter RP to Tumblr RP or Discord RP, how different are they between each other? Well, so Twitter RP probably has like the least amount of leg room in terms of like how much you can write down in the post because Twitter is limited to certain characters. So I think it, like based on my limited observation of it, uh, it's like you have to work within like a certain amount of letters that you can type down within a single post. And Twitter threads, you do reply. All of it feature replying to the previous post as a way to keep the story going. And then Twitter, so Tumblr RP, right? Tumblr RP has the benefit of not having a character limit, unlike Discord or Twitter. And you can post icons in your Tumblr post. You can be pretty with your roleplay posts. That's the thing about Tumblr RP is that it's exclusively meant for blogging. If you're doing a roleplay blog, like if you want like your posts to be pretty, if you want your posts to have like the flourish and to be more detailed, Tumblr RP is probably like the best option, assuming the Tumblr isn't like running itself down the drain at this point. And Discord RP is like Discord RP is unique in the sense that it's not necessarily like a social media like I don't know what's the proper term for this. It's not like Twitter or Facebook in the sense that you have your own blogs and shit. Like it's not like you have your own blogs and shit. And Discord's primary feature is the servers. So it has character limits, and I guess what benefit that Discord RP has is that you can find other people who have like a similar interest, who have like a similar drive to write these roleplay threads, roleplay stories, and whatnot. Yep. And then I see your post, Taka, that says, to be fair, I think people assume roleplays always goes to a certain side. Well, if that certain side, like not everyone goes to that certain side, there are reasons why, like another reason why like role players in Tumblr RP, at least that I know, are semi-selective or selective is because some of them are minors. They have their own blogs. So the topic should be like applicable. So Jesse, question 10, he asked, if you could swap bodies with someone for a week to live their life, who would that person be? Could be historical or present. Well, historical or present. Historical wise, I want to say Jose Rizal because I want to see Spain. I want to see Spain for a week and see how he wrote his book, and how he wrote his book, or probably see the Philippines in its colonial past, colonial era. It's his Spain's reign towards the turn of the 20th century was like chaotic. And as for the present, I would want to switch. I want to swap bodies with a rich person, a rich Filipino person, and then use their account to transfer money into my account. For a week, I will just be rich. So, yep. I would want to be rich for a week and then just get all the money and then just put it in my bank account so that it's a get rich quick scheme. Okay. And then Taka's question 14, talking about selective and stuff. What would you recommend to someone who is starting role playing? What platform you would recommend? I would say when it comes to well, I started in Tumblr before I went bigger into a community. So I'd say start first with like a small pool. I would recommend like starting off with a small pool of role players first because you're testing the waters, right? If you're suddenly getting thrust into a big if you're getting thrust into a big community of role players and then you don't know how to stand out, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. So I'd recommend just doing it in a place where it's sort of low key, like Tumblr, where like start practicing, like start blogging your storytelling posts first. Get some practice there before you can move on to the servers and stuff. I feel like other role players like me would probably have the opposite advice, but that journey has worked for me. Like everyone's roleplay journey varies. So, uh, and I did say pineapple, Jesse. I did. I also said pineapple. I like pineapple on pizza mostly because I eat the pineapple first before I actually eat the rest of the pizza. Anyway, what are the do's and don'ts of role playing? This is question 15 from Taka. What are the do's and don'ts of role playing? The biggest don't of role playing is don't god mod for obvious reasons, because like you're only controlling one character, the other person's controlling the other character. You can't really control the circumstances unless the other role player's actually okay with it. It's like a do of RP is research, like not just research your character, like look up like the other person's character sheet. It's actually really good to be in the know about the other person's character because of course there's naturally discovering it through fictional interaction, but there's also reading up the character profile. It gives you an idea on how to establish like the interactions at later on. It gives you ideas. And are there any types of archetypes of characters you would recommend to try out? Play more crazy people. Play more lunatics who probably have no clear moral alignment besides being chaotic. Not just a chaotic character, but also, well, another archetype could also be another archetype in RP that I would recommend besides the chaotic ones are the stoic characters. Stoic people are actually, like, for me, they're kind of easy to pull off. It's just like all they have to do is just be written with minimal emotion. And then it's a very good kind of character archetype to write as, because you start them off with minimal emotion, but then their storyline involves having more emotion, more empathy as the story progresses. Yeah. That's those are the two character archetypes that I would recommend because it certainly worked for me. But then I would say the character archetypes that I would recommend are the character archetypes that you like, that you personally feel comfortable writing. Yep, that's my advice. Apart from pineapple on pizza, what else do you like that isn't popular with other people? Cheese ice cream, queso real. It's awesome. It tastes good. It tastes really good. The queso real is awesome. I don't know why fire gets repulsed by. I don't know why. I don't know why fire gets repulsed by the mention of cheese in ice cream. It tastes good. It's a good balance of sweet and salty. What's wrong with that? And it has been my childhood favorite. And what I like that isn't popular with other people, probably, well, I probably like just doing Tumblr. I haven't made any Tumblr roleplay in a while, but I do hold a special place in my heart for it. So, yeah, that's something that I like that is not exactly like, probably not as popular nowadays as with other people. And what is it that I don't like that is popular with others? Sorry, Sayori, I have to say this, but K-dramas. My parents are the bigger K-drama fans. I am not the biggest one. I'm not the biggest K-drama fan because, like, I get its appeal. I just, but especially in a country where colonial mentality and consumption of foreign media is a thing, I just like, why don't they see that there are people who can make actually good stories here? Oh yeah, it's because they don't give a platform. They don't really have that much of a support, and I am sad about that. Hmm. Question 11, which this is from Jesse. Which sports team of mine do you like the most? Among all of the sports teams that are in Seattle or Shuttle, as some Filipinos might pronounce it with their Filipino accents, it just sounds like shuttle instead of Seattle. So, um, so which sports team? The one that I like among the Seattle-based teams, guess I will have to say, I guess I will have to say the either the Sounders or the Seahawks because they I mean, Seattle is big on sports. I will say that. It's big on sports, Starbucks, and and uh and tech. And number 17, also from Taka. Uh, what has been a thing that for some real reason has been with you your whole life, even though it should not have probably stayed that way? Um, Something that has stayed with me my whole life, some weird reason that a thing that has stayed with me my whole life is honestly, it's honestly the water purifier that's in our kitchen. That water purifier is actually like a year older than I am. Like it was gifted to my parents in 2000, in the year 2000, like on the year of their wedding. And then a year later, I was born. And my parents have since used that water purifier to use for drinking water, to make drinking water for us in the family. Like I didn't really question it. Like it should have been replaced a long time ago, but for some reason it has been with us our whole life. It has been with the family the whole life. And I don't think I should really question it considering how the quality still remains the same. It still remains good after like 20 plus years. Okay. So Jesse's question number 12, what would your ideal magic system for any world would be? Um, Ideal what kind of magic system are we talking? Are we talking about high magic, like Lord of the Rings style magic, or RPG magic system? Um, hmm, worldwide are the ideal magic system. I would like magic that's like akin to Lord of the Rings because Lord of the Rings is one of like the many fantasy stories that I like. That I like. I've seen Warner Brothers channels play the movies over and over. Okay. Number 18 from Taka. How did you get introduced to cheese ice cream? And do other people there actually like it too? How did I get introduced to cheese ice cream? I think I was a child back then, and the dessert was served at a birthday party. I don't have an exact memory of it, but it has been a staple for children's birthday parties. If like anytime I would attend a birthday party, like when I was younger, chances are there was going to be cheese ice cream. I first tasted it, I liked it, and since then I was like telling my mom, please buy me cheese, like if possible, if she could get me cheese ice cream, I would ask. I would ask for the cheese ice cream, and I would just be like, yes, please give me some cheese. Please give me cheese, cheese. And and just last night, I actually like ate some purple yam ice cream, like I mentioned earlier. And do other people there actually like it, cheese ice cream as well, like as a real? Yes, it's actually stated to be a best-selling flavor. People like it. People love it. People love eating it. And Fire's still muted, so I think we can have more time for questions. Like hit the record. Like we're reaching 3 hours. Yes, yes, 3 hours. Yes, yes, yes. Um, Question 13 from Jesse. What's a comfort item you've had for the longest time? To be honest, a comfort item that I had for the longest time before I grew a little bit older was a pillow, a small baby pillow. It was I always liked I always liked hugging it. I always liked hugging it, like tucking it beneath my head every night. It has helped me fall asleep one way or another. I never slept without it. And yep, that's a comfort item that I have. Another comfort item that technically has changed, that has changed throughout the years, are my Faber-Castell ball pens. It's a comfort brand. I always love my Faber-Castell ball pen. I write with them. Like if it's anything, if it's a ball pen besides Faber-Castell, I don't think I can handle it. And okay, so that's question answered. And then Sayori's totally her first question. Number one, if there was a worldwide game of hide and seek, where would you hide? I would want to hide in probably like a lesser known tourist attraction, so that no one like no one would even try finding me there, even though it's meant to be a popular place. So what is a childhood memory? Question two. What is a childhood memory you keep remembering? Why do you think you keep remembering it? A childhood memory that I still keep in mind was probably the time that I got sick when I was 6 years old. I keep remembering it because that moment in my life was like a moment that I almost died, basically. I almost died if not for a blood transfusion. So I was there for like a remainder of October to November. I was hospitalized there. I celebrated my Halloween there. I had my blood drawn a lot by nurses. It was like my hospital stay was probably like a moment that I wouldn't forget, because it was probably the first time that I was like really away from home that wasn't school. And I was getting treatments, I was getting better and all that good stuff. Um yeah, I keep remembering it because it was a moment where I almost died. Yep. So, number three, who would you say has the best chances to become a president in NHC? Do you think they can overthrow fire? Um, I'm actually hinging between like three choices: Nalam, Yusayori, or Colonel. The three of you have the best chances to become a president in NHC, president for life. And if they can overthrow fire, Nalam can obviously make a very well thought out strategy. He's like a long term planner. That's one thing. fires fires writing down shit. Anyway, you Sayori, on the other hand, you have that mom energy. It wouldn't be too hard for you to convince everyone to rally behind your back and just be like, yes, let's overthrow the sitting president. And then Colonel obviously can mobilize troops. He's the fucking Colonel. He's called the Colonel. He is gonna bring his army of Dougs. He's gonna bring in the army of Dougs to totally do a coup d'état. Yep. This is this is the second time they called me old today. I'm holding a grudge, really. Anyway, question number 14 from Jesse. Are empty clear blue skies weird? Not really weird as so much as uh maybe the skies have yet to get the clouds because they're in the process of evaporating the they're in the process of gathering the water vapor from like the bodies of water that are available on Earth. Okay. And number 15 from Jesse. What is the most beautiful thing in the world? I'd say, well, there are a lot of beautiful places that I have not been to that I've seen are beautiful, but I'd say the most beautiful thing is probably like the most beautiful things in the world are the things that are fleeting, that do not last. It's kind of like your aurora borealis, aurora borealis, or like once in a blue moon comet that comes in like once every 70 years or so. It's pretty because like those things are beautiful. The things that are fleeting, they are beautiful because they don't last. The fleeting moment that you get to see that beauty in person, like see it in person and appreciate it. That's what makes it so beautiful. So, yep, that's my answer for that question. And number 4 from Sayori. If you were in the Pokemon world and could make your own Pokemon team, what would your team consist of? Only one of each Pokemon, so not a whole team or Eevees or its evolution. No! Only one of each Pokemon. Okay. So, I'm just gonna get myself, obviously, I'm gonna get myself an Eevee. That's a normal type right there. Normal type. Eevee normal type. I have my Delphox. I have my Delphox from my Pokemon X playthrough. I'm gonna certainly like pick that one. Pick my starter there. And then I have my Mini the Azumarill from my Pokemon Omega Ruby playthrough. And then I have my Xerneas. I'm definitely getting my Xerneas from my Pokemon X playthrough. Pokemon X, so that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, that's 4 of them already. Number 5. What's number 5 that I want to pick? Oh yeah. I have my cosplay Pikachu from my Pokemon Aura, from my Pokemon Omega Ruby playthrough. So I'm picking her, and then after that I have my let's see, who else have I gotten in my team? That's like 5, and then 5, 6. 6. Okay. 6. Probably, I'm just gonna say this as a joke Pokemon that I desperately want to put in my team. Fucking Klefki. Just put Klefki in there. Yeah. Because jingle jingle motherfucker, they killed dragons. Anyway, sorry Boyd that I have to mention them being a dragon slayer, but it's their fairy typing. That's why. Okay. Anyway, number 16. What is the weirdest dream that you had, that turned out to be real? Well, one of the dreams that I had, a weird dream that I probably had was, I had a sense of deja vu actually reading this chat, because I think it wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream that I saw this, a brief flash of a Discord chat while I was in the dream. And then it turned out to happen. It turned out to have actually happened, and just like, damn, I didn't think that I would think about it before, but then now here I am. And another dream that was weird that turned out to be real, partially because you made it happen, Jesse, is the part where they had to make a poem about cheese pizza. Yeah. Okay. Number 5 from Sayori. What is the thing you wish that you could try if you had the chance to? And what is the thing you wish you could always avoid if you had the chance? So a thing that I wish I would try, is probably, what's a thing that I try that I always wanted to try? There's a lot of stuff that I see on TikTok of them trying things out. Oh yeah, I remember small businesses. It's something that I wish I could try is starting a small business, because I was mostly drawn to the packaging videos, packaging up small business orders. Yeah, those things. And what is a thing that you wish you could always avoid if you have the chance? Well, obviously, I want to avoid what's a thing that I would avoid? Probably dangerous jobs, because fuck no. I want to have my life expectancy rise up to 80. Yep. Okay. Number 17 from Jesse. Favorite letter of the alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. I mean, maybe S because that's my username. My username starts with an S. I would have said A because I wanted to say A because that's the first letter of my actual nickname, but S. All right. It's number 18 from Jesse. If you were to make me change my Discord username, what would you name it to? I'd say I'd say Red Panda and Eevee Lover. That's just corny. That's Red Panda and Eevee Lover, or should I say Red Panda Stan? Number 6. Which Pokemon generation is your favorite? This is from Sayori. Which Pokemon generation is my favorite? I would say, Gen 6, I guess? Gen 6, yeah. Gen 6 because, well, it was the generation where the first Pokemon games in 3D were introduced. So, yeah, that's one thing. And another thing is that they introduced the fairy type in the generation. Fairy type is actually one of my favorite. Yep. And then, and number 7 from Sayori. If you had to date a fictional character, which one would you date and why? If I want to at least hang out with somebody, I would say Cesar Zappelli from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Battle Tendency, because he's a handsome Italian man with a plan, and he likes blowing bubbles. He blows bubbles that are deadly, and he's suave. Yeah. He uses bubbles as a weapon. Like, with his hamon. It's good. It's very, very good. Oh, boy. Number 8. As a child, what was a weird, scary thing your parents told you to make you not do something? Did you believe it? What was a weird, scary thing? I was like, when I was a kid, my parents actually told me, do not go to bed with your hair wet or else you might end up blind. I believed it for a while until I started sleeping with my hair still damp when I went to bed, and then I woke up the next morning with my vision still fine. And I was just like, huh? And I was just like, what? My eyes are still okay. My eyes are still okay. And it's kind of funny because I'm the only one in my family who doesn't wear eyeglasses. My dad wears eyeglasses. My mom wears eyeglasses. My brother wears eyeglasses. I'm the only one in the family, in our household as is, that doesn't wear eyeglasses. It's like I believed that old wives' tale for a while. I cursed my younger self for even being gullible about it. And then
All right, so if you get these next 2 questions, then we're cutting it off here. My God.
3 hours?
Yes,
I'm not surprised.
We're at 3 hours.
3 hours. I mean,
Taka's so mad. Taka's had 40 questions because he passed them around to everyone. I know what you do, Taka.
No. Okay.
After party with Taka.
I'm no stranger to having 3 hours, because 3 hours is the amount of time I have for classes, every day.
Oh my God.
That I have for class. It's always 3 hours. Anyway. Jesse says, favorite Zelda game? Easy. Wind Waker. Toon Link. Adorable. Story. Very compelling. Has a very good message about not having to cling to the past and looking forward to the future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then number question. 9. Hey. Number 9 from Sayori. What's the weirdest house rule you ever had to live with? Or if you can't think of any, what's a personal weird house rule you would have? So what's the weirdest house rule that I had to live with? Well, it's not really weird. It's not really weird, but more like, oh yeah, you're supposed to wear slippers in the house because apparently you're gonna gather dust. But then I often walk around barefoot because the floor is cold, and I like my feet to be cooled down because the weather's already as hot as it is. And isn't it kind of a custom for people here to just take off their slippers and not wear any footwear in the house, because the footwear has already made the floors actually dirty. And then, okay, Void's gonna ask the last question.
The final question.
The final question for Taka.
Oh, poor Taka, nothing. Taka got to ask 40 questions. I hate you, Fire. Good.
I want to ask more questions. I will make you suffer one day without you knowing. Yeah.
Keep dreaming, sweetheart.
All right.
Go for it.
All right. What advice do you have for a certain little calf boy in a certain cafe in a certain district in a certain city? Boy. Um, the advice that I have for little bubbles over here is blow bubbles. Blow bubbles. Entertain the customers with bubbles. It will work. Just make sure that none of the bubbles land on the coffee. Don't make it land on the food because it has chemicals in it. So
There it is. Okay, Swift. Are you ready for the rapid fire so you can finally go to bed or do your day? It's like 7 in the morning. Whatever. Anyway, ready for rapid fire?
hang on, I'm chewing on something. Hang
Okay.
on. Okay, let's
Here
go.
we go. What are you terrible at?
Um, terrible at mathematics.
What are you amazing at?
Writing, singing, probably dancing.
What's your favorite thing to do?
Well, besides writing, surf the net
What's your
and read.
What's your least favorite thing to do?
Least favorite thing to do? Oh God, actually committing myself to something very strenuous or something physical because it's like, nope, I don't think I can handle like physical activity for a long ass while.
Do I look pretty today?
I don't know. Look in the mirror for yourself, Fire.
Name something you would set on fire.
Name something I would set on fire. Let's see. I would set on fire my old clothes because they've been hogging my closet long enough. I need a new wardrobe.
You have to pack your stuff up today and go live with one Hellion. Who is it?
Jesse.
You have to switch lives and bodies with one Hellion for a day. Who is it?
Jesse, I want to see those abs.
Which Hellion would you want to cook for you?
Jesse, because he's been teaching himself how to cook, and I want to taste his creations.
Which Hellions are you taking on your zombie apocalypse team?
Well, Jesse, Sayori, and then I'm gonna bring in Minnie. Let's see. Void because he could probably summon a dragon. Aragorn because of the heavy work, and then let's see who else could be there. Dio will probably be there. Yes.
What's your favorite word?
What's my favorite word is yeppo. Yeppo or ye or yellow.
What's your least favorite word?
My least favorite word is fail. Ugh.
Why are video games so hard?
They're not hard. You just don't read the manual.
Why is anime so confusing?
Animes are not confusing. You just don't read the official lore.
What is something you're obsessed with that everyone else should be obsessed with too?
Cheese ice cream, and Filipino style spaghetti. They're tasty. And what's another thing that I'm obsessed with that everyone should get into? Jose Rizal's duology of novels. They're a good read. I mean, there's like a lot of like the subtlety of colonialism's effects on society is as subtle as a brick, but then it's a good read.
What noise or sound do you love?
What noise or sound do I love? The sound of me getting 5 stars in any summoning game ever.
What noise or sound do you hate?
What noise or sound do I hate? The sound of 3 stars in every summoning game that I do in a gacha game ever.
What's your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
What profession would you like to attempt what's your profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I actually want to attempt like I want to attempt like a writing related profession for a company. Like let's say me being a paralegal or me being a voice actor or whatnot. Or just basically running a small business. Who knows?
What profession would you not like to attempt?
Anything involving the sewers. Blech.
And finally, when you get to hell, what would you like Satan to say to you when you arrive at the fiery gates?
Wait, hang on a minute. I'm thinking about that question very carefully.
So rapid, Swift. So rapid.
What he would say to me when I enter the fiery gates is like, Damn girl, how did you get in here?
And that is our NHC legend, Swiftcutlassie. Swift, you're a legend. You know it. You're the queen bee.
Yes, I do.
Um,
And
tell,
it's been 3 hours. Woo!
you have the longest interview of the season. Tell the kids where they can find you in New Hill City. Promote your things.
I mean, to be honest, I just lurk everywhere in the server. But if you want like an easy find, I'm either at the bot channels or at the theater district or at the main chat channels. Like honestly, those
everyone should
places are
join.
probably the
Everyone should join Rain City News and CBA.
CWA.
CWA, I mean. Right. Join those RPs. Swift will take you to a heli. And yeah, tell the kids bye.
All right, bye everyone. Bye everyone. Stay in school. Don't let the bedbugs bite you. Probably on the road.